Hello, everybody. We are live. Awesome.
Yay.
All right.
Such
Whoa.
enthusiasm.
Yeah.
All right.
My face, everything's backwards.
Yeah, everything's backwards. Yeah.
This is interesting.
All right. So welcome, everybody, to the world of streaming.
It's exciting. I've never done one of these before.
This is gonna be something.
Yeah. Why don't we start with Grif? Why don't you tell us who you are and where you come from as far as like the internet? I'm not asking for your home address unless you really want to.
Let's not do that. Hi, my name is Griffin Coldiron. I'm really only known on the internet from the same places the other four of us are, and that's from Another Path podcast, a theatrical tabletop podcast where I play Mordecai. Yeah, that's about all I got. I'm from Ohio. Let's go with that.
All right, Zach, who are you? What do you do?
Hi, I'm Zach. The same as these guys. I'm known from. I think I just spit all over my pop filter. You got me right while I was eating a meatball. Just like these guys, known from Another Path. I play Zafir Johnson. Also work for Climb Theater in Twin Cities in Minnesota. So
Nice.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right, Kim. Very professional.
I can.
Ryan, who are you? What do you do? Yeah.
Yeah, you.
Me?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm also from Ohio. I work for Bowling Green Schools and I run a performing arts center. And I play Jackson Silver on Another Path.
Sweet. And Chase, who are you? What do you do?
Hi, I'm Chase. I am the DM of Another Path, so I play all the things that these guys don't, except for when we occasionally have guests, and that's
All the murder things.
all the murder things, and all the not murder things too. I also am the producer of Shakespeare, a literal roundtable Shakespeare discussion podcast. Occasionally, kind of starring myself, but mostly starring my wife and my fellow local theater board members.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I am Shogun. I run Mimic Nights every other Tuesday. I run Shadowrun New Atlantis every other Thursday. And someone just followed, and I forgot to put that thing up. Yeah, they followed the channel. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because they like you guys.
Was it one of us? Was it
also-
one of us?
Kim does
Probably.
want to wasn't me.
Huh?
Also, Kim does want to point out that I was also on her podcast. Oh no, my fucking
Got the swears out real early, Chase.
yeah.
I feel
foul.
great about this. I have got you guys entirely on the back foot, and this is gonna be awesome.
I'm ready,
iPad
baby.
is going to the dungeon right now. No, what Kim was trying to say is that I was also on her podcast Service Desk not too long ago. And it's also probably worth pointing out that Shogun and I were recently on the pilot of a podcast together.
Yeah.
We were both on Exquisite Lich, which is
It's a great
gearing-
name.
Yeah, it's really good, especially considering because the idea behind it is that it is a collaborative world built entirely by and run in by different members of the actual play community. This was organized by Vin from the Chimera. Hey there, Vin. I see you there in chat.
Hi, Van.
What's up?
And it was super fun to play in, and I hope it continues.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna have him in another game in the Exquisite Lich. Gonna record it this Saturday, but who knows when that'll actually come out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do a thing I've
Never.
always wanted to do, which is force everyone to be goblins.
Yes.
Gerblin
gonna be a good time.
Quest.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this. How about that?
Oh, let's do that.
Wait, are we
That sounds
doing
like a
something?
horrible idea.
All right. So each of you are, except for revelry dashing, are aware of the Festival of Redemption. In your city, where you've come from, the rest of you, again, not revelry dashing, which is only known as the Fourth City. have never seen it because it only happens once every 100 years, but you've heard of it. You know what it's supposed to be. They go and collect a number of people who have been cast out of this city and drag them back, literally, to face a trial, to serve the city in some function. And if they succeed, they are given high places of honor in the city and are essentially set for life.
Cool. Sweet. I want that.
All of you have been either cast out or through some other means are no longer in the city. You have been kicked out for your crimes or judged unworthy of living there. You are assaulted by a floating... here's the best way to describe it. Take a D4 and then put another D4 on top of it. That, except giant made out of stone.
All right.
One of these.
Yeah.
Kind of like the ghosts from what's the game I'm thinking of?
I
No one
don't
knows.
Destiny. You know the little floaty thing you have in Destiny?
Ghost?
Yes,
Ghost?
like that, but like 12 feet
It's
tall.
a ghost. It's a ghost, but not trademarked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
TM.
you are essentially tased and
Ow.
dragged back to the city. Why don't you tell me the name of your character, what you look like, and how this happened to you? Let's start with, let's just go. Yeah, same order that I introduced people in. Grif, why don't you go?
All right. I'm gonna save the character voice because I don't know what it is yet. I want to be in the moment. My character's name is Shiloh Eolus. She is a half elf. She had shaved her head, but it's slightly beginning to grow back in. She has a pair of long scars that run down her cheeks. She's wearing a long black coat with a very high collar that goes up kind of to the back of her head. Is not carrying anything remarkable except for a book that is lashed to a belt on her side. And that's about it. She seems generally friendly enough, decent demeanor. And she was outcasted from the city. She was exiled. She was formerly was a water miner, delving underneath the city to collect rations of water for people who live in the city, but then started receiving visions from a hence before unknown god, and became this god's first preacher. And she was exiled from the city for spreading false worship of false idols, and has survived through her worship and the gifts of her god out in the wilds.
What were you doing when this construct comes for you?
I think she was just having a night, nothing remarkable. I think she was just meditating, waiting for another vision, because she had been having inklings that something was coming, and she didn't know anything more than that. And despite her god being centered on knowledge, wasn't getting any information, any facts. And so I think she was waiting for it, whatever it was.
All
and
right.
it zapped her.
Yeah. So when it arrives, you don't fight back. You're just,
Oh no.
this is what's going to happen.
This is Providence, baby.
All right. Zach, describe your character and how he gets caught.
All right, so my character is based off of an Adventurers League character I actually had that got petrified in the middle of a jungle, so I decided to give him new life. His name is a Revelry Dashing. He is a tiefling, a swashbuckler, who has always lived outside the wall. He's never been inside the city before, an outlander. And in books and in paintings, he has seen these lavish, dining halls and kingly palaces. And so I set out to build this for himself, but really it just is a bunch of trash that he thinks looks fancy. And so I think he was out. He had found the perfect chair, like, as close to a throne as you could probably get. and was like just dragging it back to whatever slum he lives in. And then
so is this home like in one of the kind of ramshackle towns, or is this like a cave that you've picked out?
It's probably a building that he's done his best to like patch up and make look nice. It looks like garbage, but to him it's home.
Is it a rolling chair?
I don't know.
Is it a rocket?
Are there rolling chairs in this world?
Sure.
There are now.
Then yes. Yes, it is. From like an
But it's
office.
But it's only got 3 of the 4 wheels.
Yeah, exactly. Hence why he's dragging it. And then he is tased and down he goes.
So did it like catch you off guard? Like you weren't paying attention, it like got you?
No, he was probably sitting there like, come on, you freaking chair. And then like is like sitting there trying to like get it over like a crack in the ground and then just like drops.
Yeah.
He's just out.
All right.
One moment he's carrying a chair, next moment he's out of cold. It's fine.
All right, and Ryan, who are you? What is your character?
I am playing Anton Shin. He's a 20-year-old human man. He's only been outside of the wall for about a year or so. He had an unfortunate incident where he was trying to. You remember from Captain America, where there's the mugging in the alley, and he's like this little tiny weakling, and he just gets the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can go all day. It's that. Except Anton got shivved. But then he didn't die because he's a shadow sorcerer. And that's how he discovered his powers. But then other people found out about his powers, and now he's outside the wall.
Unlicensed magician, you're out.
Right on out.
Oh, I feel that.
How did it get you?
It.
Yeah, I mean,
they. Anton was on his way back to. Anton, I think, lives out on his own outside of one of these towns. He still works with the people in the town because he can do good and help them, thanks to his powers. But he feels the need to live separately. And late one night, he was on his way home after figuring out how to cast out a demon, and he got. He was real tired.
He got.
He didn't follow the buddy system.
Damn shame.
all right,
Damn shame.
Chase, who is your character, and how did they get captured?
I am going to be playing Callum Fergus. Callum Fergus was a rogue within the city. It was from the what's the word for it? The literacy district, and where the only place in the city where people are allowed to read, and he did the very, very bad thing of smuggling books out of the district to other districts, and he got doing that, and they kicked him right out, and that was roughly 25 years ago.
Oh man!
Wow.
So he has spent most of his life living in the wilds outside of the city, and he's done pretty well for himself. He respect, and largely, it took a couple of years, but he's pretty good with the fisticuffs these days. Although he still keeps some of his old roguey type ways about himself. And to answer the question, how did he get got? He was sleeping.
All right.
He was sleeping. He was taking a good solid snoozle late at night in a hammock way up high in the trees, because that's the safest place to sleep. And he does not realize that he has been apprehended until he wakes up in the city.
Awesome. Yeah. So
Heavy
yeah.
sleeper.
Yeah, no, you're gonna wake up with a bit of bump on your head if you've ever fallen out of a bunk bed. Yeah. Yeah. So you will all wake up in a dark cell with one entrance to it that is thick bars with pretty good space between them. Like, it doesn't look like this is necessarily meant to keep a human. Like, a skinnier person could wiggle their way through if they really tried. The inside is made of a dark blue stone, almost like marble or clay, like worn old and smooth. At one time it might have been rough and even had like designs or something, but not anymore. There's unpleasant bright light coming in from the entrance as you all about the same time groggily wake up and see the thing, whether you're aware of it having happened or not, the thing that brought you here floating in the center of the room.
Are we with each other?
Yes, you are all shoved over each to your own corner of this square room, and you're all waking up about the same time.
Right then.
Well,
Gentlemen.
uh-oh.
The fuck?
I
Oh
just
gosh.
Revelry
We're back in the
immediately into a
city.
corner.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh gosh. Oh no. I liked it outside. I mean,
I
I could
can't
do a lot of
take
good in
another
here too,
Ryan
I guess, but I
adolescent
like being
character.
outside.
Okay.
This is happening. This is happening.
As
I
you're
know.
all moaning about your ill fortune, the bars begin to move up as it appears to be kind of a gate and recedes into the ceiling. And the room gets a bit brighter as the noonday sun pours in and reflects off the nearly white sand that's out in the courtyard in front of you.
Huh. Well.
Outside,
All right.
outside you would see a lineup of 8 city guards wearing full masks that seem to merge through some kind of like metal fabric into their armor, lined up each with a bladed glaive with blade on front and back, lined up 4 on either side of you. And then at the end of this procession, you see 2 men. One is wearing what some of you would recognize as a philosopher's mask, which covers his face entirely in a red, probably porcelain, except for a cutout under his left cheek to reveal his reader's mark that marks him as
Sick.
a literate man.
Sick.
Next to him is a man in light blue robes, looking very weary and old, but much more weary than he is old.
I think Shiloh gets up, stands to her feet, to her full height, brushes the sand off the front of her coat and of her breeches, and looks to the 3 in the corners and says, "Well, boys, I'd prepare yourself. Providence awaits." And she will step toward the lineup of guards.
I don't like this. I don't know what's happened. I am good here in my nice comfy corner. It's dark in here. And this is great. Last time there were guards, I died. And I like not doing I will stay here as long as I can. Thank you.
Hi. Where am I exactly?
Love you.
The man with the blue robes, the weary old man, says, "You are within the walls of the 4th city."
Oh,
Well, shit.
doesn't explain too much. I don't know why I'm here. Why am I here?
You have all been...
Yeah, can I would like to know that as well, please.
You have all been collected for the Festival of Redemption.
Still doesn't answer my question. I don't know what that is exactly.
I don't think that's a real thing.
Oh, it's mighty real.
It is a real thing?
He gives you the like half-hearted smile of someone who has a little glimpse into this guy, done a ton of paperwork to get this thing going. It's like, oh yeah, it's real. It had better be real. Because I haven't slept for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And to what great honor do we have the providence of being here?
You, if you're not aware, will be the participants of the festival and the old tradition.
Fine.
Could I possibly get a little more than that?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, yes, Mr. Dashing is correct. I too would like to know what that entails.
How do you know my name?
You said it.
Did I say it to you right now? Yes.
I thought so.
Said it in front of all of us.
I'm pretty sure.
Forgetful I am.
My memory's not the greatest, but I think so. I would remember a name like Mr. Dashing. It's got to be that hair.
I hate you so much.
For those at home, this is very reminiscent of a former sorcerer that Ryan played, and the three of us are having horrible flashbacks.
Crispin never did anything bad.
Never. Anyway.
Would you all please come out here?
I'm
And I
there,
will
I'm
explain.
Callum grumpily stands up and trudges out into the sand.
Revelry like walks up to like the edge of like the room and then like sort of like pokes his head out and then like takes like a real long like step, like taps the ground and then sort of slides out cautiously.
I follow.
Well, I didn't die, so that's good.
Well, I don't think you're a
Step.
vampire, so the sunlight shouldn't kill you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr.
I think
Anton,
we're friends now.
Please proceed.
Yeah. Oh, I walk out and everything is bright, and whenever Anton's out in the sun, he's just a little bit unhappy. Everything's so bright. Like if you can imagine, or if you're from the winter states, when it's super sunny out and there's just a fresh blanket of snow. And you're snow blind, and that's what it is.
It's exactly what is happening. Yeah,
You're sand blind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sand blind. It's real bad. It's real bad for Anton. But he steps out.
Callum, Anton,
Yes.
Shiloh, and Mr. Who are you?
His name
Revelry
is Mr. Dashing.
Dashing is the name.
Revelry. You've all been brought here by the construct, a relic of ancient times back when this tradition was formed. You all have the chance, the opportunity of a lifetime. Actuality, more than a lifetime, as it is only conducted every 100 years.
Well, lucky us.
If you complete the task given to you, you will be redeemed, brought back into the city, absolved of all crimes, and given a high place of honor. You will be set for the rest of your life. Yes, sir.
So, do I get like a title or something if I win this? Because I could help a lot of people.
You would be the redeemed.
Has a nice ring to it.
So, what
Yes.
you are saying is that if I win your little contest, I get to leave this hellhole and go into the nicer hellhole.
Yes.
And you give me money forever?
You will be given a high-standing position, a tenure, so to speak.
Oh, glorious. Who do I have to kill?
That is to be seen.
How many people can win this thing?
Preferably the lot of you.
Us? Just the four of us? Are there more, like,
No.
in another cage? Or is it just the four?
You're
Okay.
the only ones selected.
Oh, so this game's in co-op mode. Excellent.
Oh, cool. So this is not a Hunger Games situation.
No.
Cool. Thank you. There was an old storyteller who read a book and told me about it because I'm not from the literacy district, which I've just now remembered.
Good.
It was one of my favorites growing up.
Oh, could you tell it to us now? I heard there was more after the first one, but I never got to hear it.
There is some more. It ends in a really kind of a weird note, and it's really rushed in the last couple of pages. I tend to just kind of like drag that out just a little bit more, just to let it breathe. But another time.
I
Okay.
hear there's
okay.
some character
okay.
named Primrose in it. I bet she makes it all the way to the end.
All the way.
Oh boy.
This is gonna be good. Welcome to the bullshit, folks.
The guests strike back. All right. This here is the arch philosopher, and I am
Hi.
the arch administrator.
Hi.
Through much more complicated process, the arch philosopher has earned the right to set your challenge. He will give it to you now, after addressing your crimes that will be pardoned.
Very well.
Hello, Callum Fergus,
Hey.
charged and convicted of possession, smuggling, and distribution of literacy.
Yep.
Anton Shin,
Hi.
convicted of unlicensed and uncatalogued sorcery.
Does it? They said it didn't matter if I didn't know about it, so yeah.
How dare you, sir?
Shiloh Aeolus,
Aye.
tried and convicted of worship of false gods and proselytizing of the unwitting citizenry.
So saith you.
Yes.
I think he did just say that. So yes, you're right. That is what just okay.
Yes, boy.
Revelry dashing, convicted of unworthy birth.
I don't know what that means.
That is not important. Because either you will be absolved of it, or you will be dead.
Sounds fair.
Hey, if our acts aren't gonna get cleaned up, well, what's the point? Ho hum.
Wasting their time.
Your task is to recover the font. It is a small jewel vial which continually and infinitely pours out unmagicked water.
So it's really small.
You could hold it in your hand, single hand.
So we're looking for a vial in a haystack.
And he just kind of ignores you.
That's
That
fair.
is what it is supposed to do. All reports I have indicate that it was not completed to perfection. And it was the downfall of the Ninth City. They drank from it, but it was magicked waters. You all must retrieve it and bring it to me so that I can finish the work and save our city.
Reasonable enough, I suppose.
And
Where
then
is it?
after we just have to do the one thing. We just got to go find it and bring it back, and then we win.
It's just a bauble.
That's it. We
Yes.
just got to go find one thing.
Yes.
Now, what if I do? Now, what if we go and we find it and then we bring it back, and then you're like, oh, hey, cool, we have this thing, and then it doesn't do what you want it to do? Like, what if it is actually magic water and not the non-magic water that you want? Do we still win?
Fixing it is my problem.
Okay, I'm good with that. I can live with that.
Do you have any leads thus far?
One single one. It still resides in the 9th city.
Ah,
That's a
There's
little
the
bit of a
tricky
walk.
part.
Yes.
so we're leaving the city.
Yes.
Shame.
So
It's good to be back.
you took us from outside the city to bring us inside the city to send us back outside the city to go into another city to come back to this city so we can stay in this city?
This is going to be a long journey, isn't it?
We might. Well, there's this thing called fast travel that the DM's allowed to do. So
Did anyone take silence, perchance?
These NPCs might. We'll see about it.
God damn.
Any other questions before you are sent on your way?
We have all of our gear that we would have previously had.
Nothing was taken from you.
Okay.
Cool.
great.
A few items of yours will have been bound in a loose cloth band, like a bandage, with a seal on it, marking it as an illegal or heretical item.
Good.
For some of you, any books would be marked as literature and should not be read. And
Probably my
symbols.
holy symbol.
And yeah,
Yeah.
basically everything about you. Like there's one like around your neck.
Yeah. Great.
And
Well, gentlemen, I believe if that's going to be everything, what time of day is it? Is it morning?
it's like noon, which all of you, having been in the wastelands for more than a day, would be like, this
Sucks.
is the worst time
Yeah.
of day.
Is there anything that the city is willing to offer us as reparations in doing this task for you? Supplies to keep us alive through the deserts?
Until you return, you are criminals, undesirables, and will be afforded no gifts.
Very well.
That's what my mom told me on my birthday. Reminds me of home. Shall we?
Please.
Let's.
Is there a better way to get there than just walking? Also, how far is it? Also, which way?
You are the experts in the wastelands. Only the unworthy live there.
Get the distinct feeling like this is less of a challenge to redeem ourselves and more of me doing your homework, but fine, let's get to it.
You are perceptive, sir.
I am, in fact.
Well, if we succeed, they're going to be paying our dime for the rest of our days.
Fair enough.
So who's the real sucker here, really?
It's probably me. People have told me I'm
Probably.
naive.
Let's go.
The
Come on, boy.
administrator will see you out.
Okay, let's go. Da, 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 da.
So the administrator, the man in blue robes, will walk you out, taking you the length of this courtyard to a large gate, and he will speak to you in a whispered tone.
Ooh, I love whispers.
The arch philosopher has won the tricks and trials to pick the challenge, but he is not deserving. His experiments, if he receives the font, will destroy us. There is no way to make unmagicked water from a magical artifact. He will kill us all. If you bring it to me, you will be forced to stay in the wastelands, but I will give you 10,000 day coins each. Bring it to me. Let me destroy it.
Huh. Well, we have a long time to consider your offer, sir.
Yes. Be on your way.
Thank you. We're
Do
gonna have
take
a
care.
walking montage now.
So yeah, you're brought out. This courtyard
man.
is, and anyone who's been in the city, you would understand that this city is a collection of vestigial traditions and city built on the corpse of a city built on the corpse of a city. So if this were intelligently designed, this gate would just spit you out right outside, right?
No, wrong.
But instead you're led through half of the city through winding backwards roads that take you into a district, then out, then back into the same district because that one loops, and you're brought throughout it. You pass through many districts. You see the masked philosophers in their district of literacy. You see the Church of White Eyes giving out the food that they do to those who cannot afford to live. The food that anyone who wants to keep their independence, their mental self, will never partake of that food. And you pass through many, many slums of many, many terrible places. Each of you pass by at least one place you recognize, a place that wasn't necessarily home, but was a place you were around much, except, of course, revelry.
He's not even from round here.
Yeah.
Doesn't even go here.
Oh, that's a good reference.
Yeah, you Callum, you see the librarians, each with their reader's mark. Anton, you see the workers who haven't successfully acquired a singular job, so they just do anything they can to get a day coin. And Shiloh, you guys pass beyond the water mines, and you see the many workers with their apparatus bolted to their face that prevents them from ever drinking from the water that they pull out.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that there are 4 large bolts at basically forming a rectangle around the side of my face, like the most metal piercings.
So metal.
It's really
Yeah.
metal.
Yeah, except they weren't put in with any concern for you, so they pass into the bone.
Yes, it's very painful.
Yeah, you can taste them on the backside, like in the inside of your mouth.
Ooh.
Gotta love that taste of hard iron in the morning.
Phrasing?
But finally,
But not really.
you are brought to the exterior of the city. You see these gates that see far too much use for a city that never lets its citizens out.
All right.
And you are put out into the bright, rugged desert. This area is not so much Sahara, more Texas, sort of rocky clay earth that stretches on for miles. Yeah, Badlands.
Can I make? I'd like to make some sort of perception check. I think.
Yes.
I'm concerned about death claws.
You can roll perception if you would like, and I'll let you know if you see anything dangerous on the horizon.
First roll
We're rolling dice in this game?
Yes.
First roll of the game.
I don't like to make people roll dice, but yeah, we'll roll some perception if people want to.
First
you
roll
got?
of the game is a 19.
Very nice. You see the common site of the wasteland, which is big all nothing. You see there's a city behind you and just dark, just blinding light stretching across the uninteresting cracked earth.
Okay, there's no giant things out here waiting to kill us, so that's good. They didn't set us up. Now, who knows where City 9 is? Because I've only been to City 4, and I'm kind of SOL right now.
I'm assuming me.
I
maybe.
arguably might, and revelry.
And I might.
I have given you each a special ability due to your crimes or your background. Revelry dashing is never lost in the wastes.
Ooh. Damn, that would be nice in Fallout.
Right?
He doesn't like have like a perfect map of every single detail in his head, but he has never lost. And so in any navigation, he will get advantage, and he will prevent you from ever wandering off into the desert and just dying.
Yeah, buddy.
Cool.
So
before we leave, I will have resituated all my gear on, including my holy symbol, which is it's basically just like a ceramic cast of a hand with an extended finger, like you would hold in front of your mouth to shush somebody.
Not the other kind.
Right.
Right.
And before we, as Shiloh turns back around to get just like another grasp of the city, like here for such a short amount of time before we have to leave again. But I will cast thaumaturgy, and just over the area of the gates there is just a that sound, just a shh sound that just kind of blankets the area.
Yeah.
What's that?
And you hear similar responses on the other side, but the guards are like,
What?
Was that?
Yeah, they do.
It wasn't me.
Video game guard noise of, What was that?
What?
Was it an assault rifle? I don't know. I'll just go back to where I was sitting.
And then turns and leaves. Turns to start walking.
Yeah. We take one step. Boom. Anime intro begins. Random Japanese music starts playing. Random shots of us walking through the desert. Then shots of us in the future throughout our journey. We don't know how we got there yet, but we're going to find out.
There's a combat montage
around each other.
Yeah, there's a combat montage like going 2D that is one after the other after the other after
Yeah,
the other,
you're
doing
fighting
cool
this
trademark abilities.
giant golem that you're fighting that you guys won't see for several seasons.
Yeah. And then
suddenly,
it jumps over to my screen and it's just blank. I just get a black screen. That'll make sense in a bit.
and then you get a
makes
quick
sense
hit
when I
of
use
all the
these
NPC faces.
Yeah.
And then it ends. Yeah.
And underneath each NPC face is the guest star that's playing them, and it's really us just trying to get them to join us.
Looking at you, Dule Hill.
All right.
Come on,
Yeah.
someday.
How about we have, so your options are, and you can actually, your options are either roll history to recall maps or information that you have been given in the past or seen, or navigation. Take your pick.
I'll roll history.
All right.
What is navigation?
Survival.
Yeah, that one. Yes.
I'll roll survival as well.
Let's do that.
With advantage, that got me a natural 20 on good old
Very
D'Artagnan.
nice.
So there we are.
A one.
One.
Perfect.
Survival gets me a 9.
All right. And
History got me a 10.
all right.
So this set of dice is
job.
banished already.
Good
All
job,
right.
Zach.
So Shiloh, you begin to walk off, and Revelry just like grabs you by your closet. Wait, no, that is literally the
Yeah.
opposite of the correct direction.
Revelry lets them all get like 20 some paces away, and then he's like, "We need to go this way, everybody," and then just walks off in the other direction.
that way.
I thought you
yes,
said
that way.
east.
Thank you.
Oh, SpongeBob.
Oh man, this is gonna be a long 3 hours.
Um,
in all of the best ways. People at home, this is gonna be a very long 3 hours, but just because you're gonna be doing a lot of this.
Yeah, that's usually my job.
Which is what we affectionately refer to as another path NPC face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it's basically how Chase has to DM us.
All right.
So we're going that way, Mr. Dashing.
Sorry,
not this way.
Just your good pal Revelry will take care of you. Come on, let's go.
Rev Dashing, Reverend Dashing.
Revelry Dashing is fine.
Rev
go.
D.
Rev D. Okay,
Good old
Rev
Revy
D
D in the house. No, but you can call me Revelry Dashing. Now let's go.
Okay, Mr. Revelry Dashing. It's a lot of syllables.
So as you are going, you find just the continual oppressive. You've all done this. You've all been in these places. Three of you have literally done this walk before, of kicked out of the city and walked through this terrible waste. Revelry, with your 20, you are thinking about like the ways to get there, because there's several areas you just don't want to go to, certain things you want to avoid. And you are thinking that the best way to get there is actually take a bit of a detour, head down south a bit, and you guys will be able to get to the sand shipping lanes and pick up a ride.
Ooh. I like rides.
Well, friends, I do believe that if the best use of our time would be to actually take a bit of a detour. Head down, you said south, yeah?
Yeah, southish, yeah. Just a bit of a detour.
Head a bit south, catch a ride. Less walking for us all.
I like that idea.
I
like it a lot.
Go ahead.
So each of you would be aware of the sand ships that go through the dunes. So currently you're in the waste. There's a section that they call the ocean, which is an ocean of sand that where the sand ships go through. Most of you probably wouldn't have ever ridden on one. And most of you probably wouldn't have a good liking towards them, because usually if they see anyone, they reach down a meat hook and catch them to have a dinner.
Oh.
So most people would be like, you would know them as a terrifying ship barreling towards you in the sand dunes that you don't want to run into.
And they're safe to ride on.
Reasonably.
Are we like paying for a ride, like we're passengers, or are we stealing a boat? Is this boat heist?
You know, I'm one for just sort of going and seeing what happens.
I mean, stealing is wrong, but we are in the waste, so I'm good with it.
And in theory, we're all already criminals, so...
Exactly. So, and everything we do is going to be forgiven, right?
Everything.
So, can we take a boat?
I think we should go, see if a boat is available to not steal, and then if we can't find a ride, we steal a boat.
But Mr. Fergie.
Nope.
One more game.
Nope, I don't. Gonna put a hard O on that one, boy.
But I honestly misread
Callum.
your thing. Callum Fergus. Okay, so that was
Fergie.
But Mr. Callum, I think Captain Callum's got a good ring to it.
Fergalicious. Definitions. Make them boys go loco. I thought I got
Bye,
two people to
Chase.
take off their headphones. So I was gonna be real proud of myself for a second.
We should put together a counter.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So south we go.
Off south we go. Yes.
All right.
Montage.
All right.
I guess.
You would.
I guess while we're montaging, I guess. Hey, as we're walking along, hey, I'm an illegal magic user. What do you guys do?
Sorry.
They already told us all of that.
No, I don't mean like the illegal stuff. It's just what I can use to, if we get in a fight, what I can do, it is just tied to my illegality. Do you use your big words of reading, Callum? I don't mean that as an insult. I'm genuinely curious. I don't know how words work.
It's fair. No, I used to steal words and give words to other people, but I'm still relatively good at the sneaking parts and the stabbing parts.
Oh, okay.
If anyone ends up in too much of a wounded state, I can probably patch you up fairly enough. And I'm decent in a scrap myself. And I will just extend my hands and summon my packed weapon, and just a really gnarly looking pickaxe appears in my hand.
Oh, that's so cool.
Huh.
I can
And
kind
then-
of sort of do that, but it takes a lot out of me. Like a lot, guys. But I can see in the dark really well. Like really well.
You're all just like blinded by the sun.
Yeah. So if it's ever, yeah, that's not really useful right now. Maybe we'll go somewhere where it's really dark, and then I'll be useful. Otherwise, I just talk a lot.
Notice that. Revelry?
Everyone roll perception check.
All right.
Normally the DM asks for that, but
I love this.
I'll take an
17.
unnatural 20.
Oh, you know what?
13.
Fuck off.
Go bone yourself. What do I see, Zach?
Oh, well, you see, whoever rolled below an 18, just like you like look away for a second, and then like I'm just on the other side of, God, what's your name there? Oh, Anton. Just on the opposite side of him than I was earlier. But if Griffin, you just saw me sort of like slink around him.
Oh, did you stealth or something?
Yeah, I just tried to like stealth around him and be like, "Hi, I'm over here now." So everyone else, I was like, "Boom, I'm here!" But Griffin just saw me sort of walk around him real quick.
Quickly and very visibly, understood.
So we've got 2 sneakies and 1 magic and 1 not die.
Essentially,
I'm sure
I could
there's
do
better
one.
words for this, but I'm not one of those literate folk.
So
I can do a number of things.
the terrain begins to get a bit more varied. It is starting to get rockier. There's protrusions of the earth where it just seems to, by some force, been just shoved up, creating pillars of clay earth and hills, and the earth is a bit torn up here. There's some hills, a bit more cover if you wanted to camp or something, although it's definitely not that time yet. And you also see a stake of stone, because metal is hard to get and wood's very hard to get. So a stake of stone with a skull on it, with the jaw still attached, held together with some kind of twine. So it's just the skull, and it appears to be like halfway eating its 2 skeletal hands.
Yeah.
This is the mark of the, actually, why don't we have, what should be rolled for that? Basically local knowledge style stuff.
Oh,
History?
okay.
History? Yeah,
or intelligent.
history, and
Is it religion?
it's not religion. Callum and
Okay.
Dashing both get advantage on this
Oh, nice.
because of amount of time spent in the wastes.
16.
14.
19.
Right on.
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody but Shiloh notes that this is the sign of the Jackets. They are one of the biggest clans. They are a collection of all individuals deemed mentally unfit to live in the cities. And they've formed
Like
into
straight jackets.
Yes, straight jackets.
Hey, thanks for explaining.
And they are the biggest and most dangerous clan of all clans in the Wastes that you're aware of.
gonna go
Revelry. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
Fine,
ahead. And
I'm
you
gonna
take
jump
a second
in.
to shut up. I'm gonna go ahead and take a second to use Eyes of the Grave. I can detect any undead presence within 60 feet of me.
Let me roll a die for that. You detect that there is something undead off to kind of the left a bit. It's a good long distance away, but it's slowly moving its way towards you. If you want, you can roll perception. Anyone can if it's pointed out by Shiloh.
I will. Yeah, upon seeing and examining the skull, I just kind of get, that's not totally odd, but skulls are, this might be some sort of like occult marker. And so Shiloh taps a hand to her holy symbol and then just kind of grazes her fingers over her eyes and looks around, and almost like casting a like detect life spell in Oblivion, she sees just kind of like a faint purple fuzz in the distance. Well, gentlemen, I think we have some company.
While you've been doing that, revelry's over by the skeleton now, and he makes the jaw move like a puppet, and he's like, "Well, that's not very good."
Anton thinks this is hilarious in character. This is
he does. Yeah, he takes the arms and does like Kermit arms.
That's so good. I love it. Dude, can you make his voice like that scary archbishop?
Why, hello, I'm a archbishop.
That was spot on. I'm terrified.
I love you.
16 perception.
19 perception.
Oh, me? What?
No, not on you. Get out of here. We
Um,
see your bullshit.
both of you see that there is a blue walker out in the distance,
Ooh.
coming towards you.
Like
Anton,
hostily?
you remember how they react to you, right?
Oh, yeah. Never mind. Yep.
So, the blue walker appears to be a man who drowned. Like that's what they look like. They're puffy, their flesh is white, but then something underneath is very, very vivid blue that pushes through that white flesh. They walk around, their eyes completely black, but black like an ink pen, where if you smear it around, you're like, oh, that's actually blue,
Yeah.
And a similarly black tongue as they move forward and vocalize as of yet, as there are very few scholars in the wastes, as of yet entirely understandable language or sound or something. It seems organized, but never makes any sense.
Huh. I will summon the pickaxe. So I have that ready.
Take out my scimitar.
Just go around.
This puppet's... Oh.
No, it's coming towards us, lad.
It begins to
Well, then we can kill it.
pick up speed and starts making a bit of a click. It's kind of doing a weird kind of statump kind of leap run as it's picking up speed towards you. And as it barrels towards you, it reacts as if it's all of a sudden seen like a terrible, terrible trap in front of it or something, and just tries to grind to a stop and falls flat on its back as it digs its heels in so hard into the ground. It falls onto its back and begins to crawl away, eyeing Anton. And it looks scared almost. It's the flesh that makes up his face is very stiff, doesn't get across much, but it is kind of
I rolled.
Oh, what's that? He's frozen.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Okay,
No!
Zach, if you can hear us, turn off video and turn it back on, please. Or if he can hear us. Ooh.
Oh no.
Let's say
Yeah,
he
anyway.
is still occupied with his puppeteering.
Sure. I'm
So-
fine.
sufficiently freaked out by
So what are you guys doing? It seems to be battling with itself as it tries to edge itself forward, get to you guys, but also is just grinding up against a wall of like cannot go forward. But at the same time, it has no desire to go backward.
I'm going to cast a spell.
Ooh.
I'm going to cast Cause Fear.
Hello.
So I need this thing to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
DC 13.
It fails.
It fails.
Yep.
Then it is considered frightened of me for the next minute. So I just extend the pickaxe towards it and just utter, "Begone, creature."
All right. Please roll me 1d12 for damage.
That's a 7.
7. All right. So it begins to crawl, and it doesn't really have the coordination to quickly stand up. So it's just like kind of crawling, just scrambling backwards, and you see it begin to spit up a black, dark, blood-like liquid out of its mouth in revulsion to the magic.
Gross, I was here the whole time.
Yeah, so it is considered frightened of me for the next minute.
Yeah, and it just books it. It manages to turn over and stand up and is just booking it away from you guys.
Have
Normally
a nice day.
Stay away.
Well, that worked out pretty well.
Normally that doesn't make people bleed from the mouth, but that's a fun side effect. I'll take it.
One last thing that you notice is you hear kind of a bell chime, like a little just a tiny little like dinner bell, just a ding ding ding. As you see, there's some like rattly bits of metal strapped to its back, held there by a string, kind of a necklace-like string that jingles as it runs away.
Huh. It's weird.
Something from its former life, I guess.
Yeah, beats me. I say we get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
Did I?
Because in a minute, that thing's gonna realize I did.
You cut out. What was that?
I said that thing's gonna, in about a minute, is gonna realize we did some shit to it. Let's leave.
Yep.
Did I recognize it at all?
Yeah, you would recognize it as a blue walker, from particular experience. Most people have like heard of them for sure, but most people who have any self-preservation move away when they hear word of them, or live in the more populated areas. So if you're in a town, you're usually pretty safe because they don't like to come near.
Sure.
Even
have
the terrible approximation to civilization.
Is this
is
this a reaction I've gotten before?
You have been used because of this in the past. So some faction or another has at least one point kidnapped you and used you because you are a basically scarecrow.
Nice.
Basically. I like to think, okay, now I have this mental image of my head, and here's a poll. You guys ever play Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Weirdly,
actually.
Yeah. I'm the crystal on the cart.
Oh, you're the chalice, yeah.
The chalice on the cart, yeah.
Yep.
I understand this reference.
You're right. That is a poll.
There you go. There's my poll for the day.
Yo.
Sweet. Okay, cool. I'm going. Okay, so I am a
God,
mobile scarecrow.
It's almost as if I gave you each special abilities so that you guys could actually make this journey. Like I gave you somebody who will save you from just dying of thirst in the desert.
Oh my god, it's like someone wrote it that way.
Whoa. Damn this thing.
That's taking it a bit far.
Yeah, this shit is definitely not scripted.
Let's keep moving.
So yeah, you keep moving, and you guys find yourself in view of the harbor. It's this
Wow.
pretty
the ocean.
dingy. Yeah, it's the harbor. Because what it is that there is a cliff, not extremely deep cliff, down to the dunes. So there's the rocky area, and then just a sudden cliff down into just ocean of sand. And there they have set up, mostly through stone, but occasionally there's bits of wood or metal They've built not really a town, more of an outpost. There's like 2 buildings. But then there's the docks, which have 5 ships set up on them. Most of them are crafted out of stone for the bottom layer that will actually touch and grind against the sand. But they're made of assorted bits. A lot of them have, like most of them, have what you would know to be very expensive wood making them up because they need to be light. So these things are extremely valuable. Because wood in any shape, any form, even just scraps, is difficult to acquire and also wears out kind of fast.
Radical.
And this is just on the edge of your view when you hear a sound of some people approaching from behind. At a distance, but they're coming towards you.
Sir, do we have a gauge of how far they are behind us?
Not if you don't... Like, a distance is all I could say without you just, like, turning around and looking.
I turn around to look.
Yeah, you see them. They look like they're maybe 70 feet away. They're...
How many?
You currently see 5 men. They are mostly wearing just, like, loincloth, except one man who looks particularly muscly, this bald head, just scorched by the sun, just that color of sunburned and sunburned over that and sunburned over that, just this tan of burning, not of tanning.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
he is wearing an unbuttoned and unrestrained straitjacket.
Okay. Revelry, you're up, and I kind of give you a little push forward. Your idea.
Revelry turns and just I would say walks like 10 feet towards them.
Okay.
Stops and draws his rapier.
That's rapier for the folks at home.
Yes, his rapier.
Stop it.
Revelry is fancy. Let me fucking have this.
Love you.
Keep working it. You almost
Thank
get
you.
two headphone removals.
Your own doesn't count.
He's gonna do that classic like line in the sand, and then takes a few steps back.
Master diplomacy.
Yeah, right. Does there seem to be a problem, gentlemen?
We eat them tonight. And
Okay.
they start running at you.
Beautiful.
Revelry, I don't think that worked. Maybe one of us should try.
I would appreciate if you could roll initiative.
Hey!
Nice. That is a 19 for Mr. Dashing.
It's a
Wonderful.
17 for her, Mr. Fergus.
Actually, hold on to those 1 second. I'm gonna pull up my thing to write it down on. All right. So I got Dashing with a 19.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And next.
A 17 for Fergus.
Okay. Fergus is a 17. Who else?
Here's a question. Does
Yes.
a negative dexterity modifier apply to initiative?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Rules as
Then in that
written,
case,
yes.
I've rolled a 0.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
You're just barely beat out by the cannibals rushing at you, though.
Yeah, I've rolled a 7.
Okay, you've just barely beat them out. All right.
Ultimate cleric speed.
Yes. You get to go twice next round.
First next round.
And then, all right. Cool. And we are ready to start. it is Dashing's turn, which I mean
Yeah,
makes sense. Even though he kind of drew the line in the sand, I think he's ready.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Before he takes off, he definitely like takes his boot and like rubs out the line in the sand. He's not gonna stomp on tradition.
JK.
Yeah, and so he like erases it with his foot and then takes off towards them. How many are there? Did we ever?
There's 5. One of them is the muscly guy with the straitjacket. The rest are just like in loincloths with spears.
Oh boy. Oh, I am good to go then. I have no problem with this. I just want to look up some of my fancy stuff just in case, because
Because you got fancy stuff.
I do have fancy stuff.
You're
Being
a
a
fancy
swashbuckler is real fun. So yeah, are they still the 70-ish feet?
They are. I'm gonna give them like 10 feet because they started dashing. So between your previous movement and their movement now, you're down to 50 feet between you and them.
Oh, beautiful. All right. Well then, cunning action to dash.
Okay.
The dashing dash.
Dashing dashes. And so he's gonna just cruise in rapier style, go for that straitjacket man.
All right. Roll.
Straitjacket man. Ba-da-da-ba-ba. That is 15 plus 5, 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Fantastic. I'm assuming the other dudes are within 5 feet of him. Yes.
2 of them are.
Drat. I can't use my rakish audacity.
What? There's a thing called that?
Yes. It's honestly kind of sick. Rakish audacity lets me use my sneak attack. Rakish. I like rakish. Whatever.
Wrong,
Rakish.
but okay.
Get out of here. Anyway, I can use my sneak attack without having advantage as long as there's no one else within 5 feet of them. So I can just be fighting a dude and just deal 2 extra.
It's like a duelist.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Move.
Yeah, no, he's got 2 dudes flanking him and then another 2 on the outside of them.
Awesome. That is a 7 plus 3, 10 piercing damage.
Cool.
Sure.
And anything else for you?
And since I use my bonus action to dash, I would still have 10 feet left then, and I can use fancy footwork to, if I land a melee attack, that person can't opportunity attack me, so I backpedal a little bit.
Nice. The other 2 next to him will be able to though.
Oh, well, I mean, let it happen. Why not?
I believe so. Is that you said the guy you hit, right?
Yeah, it's just the person I hit.
So the 2 dudes next to him will be able to. So I'm gonna roll them.
I believe in me.
All right, so I got a 5 and an 18.
That one will hit me.
Okay. All right.
He likes it when the red water comes out.
The fuck?
Oh boy.
Anyone? Salad fingers? No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
7
How many
damage.
deep pulls are we gonna have this ep?
More.
This
We
ep,
will have more.
there's only one.
Whatever. Yeah. Yeah, this one.
This one.
I know what
yeah.
I said.
Yeah. All right. So 7 damage to you, Revelry. And
All right, cool.
Fergus, you are up.
Okay, so I am gonna go for the one right next to the right of the one that he just attacked.
All right. You're attacking at range.
No, I'm gonna run in and.
Okay,
make
so they
some
are
stabs.
because you didn't move forward, so they're 60 feet away from you.
Okay. Beans. Yeah, I guess I will, because I don't have a ranged weapon, I will run up and, I'll dash in and I will, move next to Revelry then.
You'd be on his right or on his left?
On his right.
Okay. All right. And that's all you got?
Yep.
Okay. Anton, you're up.
I would like to. I'm going to move forward about 15 feet, just to get a little closer, and then I'm going to pull out some fancy schmancy spell work and cast one of those new Xanathar spells.
Oh boy.
So it's pretty obvious that there's the one big dude and then his bunch of lackeys.
Yep. Actually,
Okay, cool.
the two dudes flanking appear to be slightly more special. Like they've got kind of war paint of some kind on them, whereas the two dudes directly flanking don't seem to.
Okay, I picked the leader.
Okay.
I picked the guy in the straitjacket, and he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. Ha. Let me think. That's a total of -2.
Wowzers.
This is gonna suck for him. Okay, I cast Mind Spike.
Ooh. Tell me what that does.
you Yeah, for me too. You reach into the mind of one creature you can see within range. Range is 60 feet. The target must make a wisdom save. They take 3d8 psychic on a fail.
Wow.
Choice.
Also, on a fail, you always know the target's location until the spell ends, as long as you're on the same plane of existence. And while you have this knowledge, the target cannot become hidden from you, and if it's invisible, it gains no benefit from that condition against you. Concentration up to 1 hour.
All right.
All right. Let's
So
roll that
if
damage.
if he runs, I'm coming for him. That's going to be 19 psychic damage.
Ooh, very nice.
God damn.
Revelry, you see blood just like shoot out of his nose, coming from his lips and from his eyes. And he says, "Ah, not again!"
I am the king of nosebleeds. Cool. And then I just park myself there.
All right.
Well behind Revelry and Callum.
The big guy is going to look. So Revelry, you moved backward, so you're back 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, actually, real quick, let me clarify. So Callum, you moved up to Revelry or past him? Because you're okay. Okay, got it. So because if you had the movement to go past him, and that would put you right in with them, but then you'd be by yourself.
Right. Yeah. No. I am with Revelry.
Okay, got it. So they come to you. Got it. All right. So the big guy's gonna run forward. He's just going straight for Revelry, and does a 23 hit you? Oh, sorry, 22.
No, actually, yes.
Oh, see, that makes the difference.
Yeah. All right.
That did it.
And he's going to punch you.
Good.
And
Very hard.
yeah. Oh yeah. Very hard. Excuse me. Wrong
With
one.
his fist.
Ooh. Okay. He's going to deal max damage with that one is not 12. Yeah.
2.
12.
Can I uncanny dodge to half that?
How
do I have to
does
declare it
uncanny
before?
dodge work? Explain it so that I am clear.
I use my reaction to just have the damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
And then
so,
he's going
yeah.
to take his bonus action to strike at you again.
Okay.
And that's a net 20.
Oh God.
I'm
Why
sorry.
did I use
Man.
my uncanny dodge on that one? Oh.
All right.
Oops. Oh, well.
Okay, no, but he rolled garbage on his damage, so he's going to be dealing 5. Or, sorry, 6. 6, excuse me.
Okay. Still not looking too hot.
I got you.
For those of you playing along at home, we are all level 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, not level 1 squishy, but still pretty
Yeah,
squishy.
Level 4 squishy.
If you were level 1, that would have killed all of you.
Yep.
All right, and then his dudes, they're going to rush up, and actually, I'm going to get a roll on them. Okay, they both fail. They both run up and scream in your face. And that is their turn. Yeah.
Very good.
Then the other guys are going to, like, kneel down, and, like, you see one of them is kind of, like, scratching his face, and the other one begins to eat sand. I need Callum and Revelry to both make a wisdom save, as they're going to try to share their delusions with you.
Oh.
17 plus 2, 19.
Very
That's
nice.
gonna be a 14.
14. Okay. Callum, your next turn, you will lose your bonus action by eating sand.
Okay. All right.
Better make sure that's not yellow sand.
All right.
This is why we're only doing this once.
Shiloh, it's
Son,
your
I'm
turn.
disappointed. All right. For a bonus action, I'm going to invoke the light of Mahavir, and I'm going to use the healing light class ability from Warlock of the Celestial, and I'm going to heal 2d6 to Revelry.
Oh, that's
Very
so
nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Go ahead and take 9 Revelry.
Oh, beautiful.
And then for my main action, because that's not a spell, that's a class feature.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm going to then conjure a bit of light at one of the tips of the pickaxe, and swing the pickaxe and launch a guiding bolt at
All right.
the big guy.
All right,
that is-
sweet.
That was
Nuking him
hack.
down.
Yep. That's probably it's gonna be a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll get him.
So he's gonna go ahead and take d6 radiant damage.
Ooh, very nice.
Jesus. Holy crap.
I think those are good cheeses and holy crap.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
same damage as the mind spike. That's gonna be 19 radiant damage.
Holy sh! Nice.
5, 6, 4, 4.
Okay, very nice.
And should he still be alive, the next attack against him has advantage.
Yeah, okay. So what's to you, because I don't really care what the book says, what to you is this thing like? So it's radiant damage. So is it like burning him? Is it this cloud of light? What is this?
It is light in its purest sense. It is the philosophy, really, if you think about it, behind Mahavir is the
Yes.
light that casts into the shadows to expose all the secrets. So it is just burning him down to his purest, truest self, which is a skeleton.
So yeah, that like splashes almost like liquid light streaming, like coming down. It gets in his right eye, and the two people in front of him see smoke rising up, and he screams, no, I didn't steal the pony, leave me alone.
You did, and you know it.
Dashing, you're up.
Aye, it's me. I will attack the now burning man.
The Burning
Oh,
Man?
dude, I love Burning Man.
The
Remember, you
burning
have
man.
advantage.
And you have
Oh,
advantage.
I do have
yes.
advantage. Oh
Yes,
goodness.
you do.
It was both my cleric spells.
Oh, table half health. Ooh, nice. That's 1 point better. All right, that's gonna be 23.
Yeah, that'll get him.
Fantastic.
You get sneak attack because of advantage.
It doesn't matter. Why don't you
Oh.
just tell me how this guy dies? Because
Yay!
he's 2 hit points away from dying.
I go, oh, your eye seems to be in pain. Let me help you with that. Stab.
Zach, I don't want to get you off kilter, but you went a little Laszlo say there.
Oh, did I?
That's true.
Why,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah, no. This is. You need to save that for our records. This is a whole different thing, man.
All
We
right.
gotta maintain that intellectual property trademark.
More
yeah.
gruff, less timber. More gruff, less
Yes.
timber. I got you.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. Now that I have your voices on here, I own you guys anyway.
No.
Yeah.
We should have read the terms of use.
There were
Damn
terms
it.
of use.
Damn it!
Well, they didn't get sent to you because there was policy changes that they're working on.
Oh, that's how they got us.
That's it. Mhm.
Oh, okay, that's garbage.
Us
So,
again.
yeah, no,
He
the-
dead though.
oh yeah, he's very, very dead. And you
dead,
see his 2 henchmen, the 2 guys flanking him, are like they were yelling at you, and it just morphs away from a almost intimidating scream to scream of panic. They've got pretty good lung capacity. They're still screaming, but now they're freaking out. Is that everything from you, or do you have more stuff?
For me, I think I dropped that dude, so I think I'm just gonna move towards anyone else.
All right, yeah, you're next to one of. You can, if you want to, be within. Crap, he's gone. Oh crap, everyone's gone. Hang on 1 second. Is this me? Nope, it's. Hello, yeah. Okay, yeah. Give me 1 second. The stream has broken down. Let me fix this. If I can, I'm going to be right back. Do.
Hey, streaming.
Yeah. Yeah. Doing it live. All right, we're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
Hey, that was
Okay.
fun.
Where were we?
We had killed
was-
all of them. They were all
I
dead.
was
Right.
They're all
towards the end
dead.
of
We're
my
now
turn.
masters of the universe.
Yeah.
I was moving towards. I killed the one
Someone
dude. I was
else.
moving towards
Got it.
another dude.
So there's the 2 henchmen right there. You can dedicate yourself to one or the other, or you can stand kind of in between them and be near both of them.
I will scoot to one.
Okay. Take the guy on the left. Be next to him.
Yes.
Sweet.
Whichever one Callum's not next to.
Sweet. Yeah. You got the left side. He's got the right. And it's Anton's turn then. No, sorry, Fergus's turn. Sorry.
Yes. All right. I will attack the one that I am still on, and I have rolled a 15.
All right. Roll that and roll the damage for that, and also this will count as an automatic crit due to their panic because they rolled crap before.
Excellent.
Fuck this little guy
I'm going to use my savage attacker feat to re-roll the one that I just rolled.
Nice.
That's so much better. That is going to be 13 damage.
13 damage. Very nice. This is with a scimitar.
Yep.
Yeah, so you slash him across the chest. A lot of blood pouring out, and he doesn't exactly seem to notice. He's still freaked out by the other dude dying and seems to be ignoring the extremely grievous wound you just dealt him.
Excellent. He's looking pretty rough.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Fuck it. Action surge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chase, it's probably the first time you ever get to say that statement, huh?
It's
And
real
the
weird. I've never
last.
played a fighter before. 13.
For your to hit,
Yes, to
that
hit.
will
13 to hit.
barely hit.
Yay! I'll take it.
But that is also a
Technically
crit.
hit- That's right. It is technically hitting my favorite kind. 12 more damage.
He is dead.
All right.
He is totally
So-
dead. How do you want to kill him?
I step in, kind of baseball swing cleave, eat a little bit of sand. Actually, no, better eat a little bit of sand, spit it in his face, second cleave.
All
you
right.
go.
Very nice.
That's where you got that action surge from.
Yep.
All
Takes
right.
it
Callum
to me.
Surge.
And yes, unless
Callum Surge.
Callum.
Callum.
I'm gonna.
that is has slightly
you,
less
man.
of a ring, unfortunately. All right, yeah, Anton, it's your turn.
I would like to attack the other panic guy.
All right.
Okay.
Is this a melee attack?
No, this is a ranged spell attack.
Right on.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt.
Sweet.
16.
That'll hit.
Fireball.
And this counts as a
Sweet.
critical hit.
Cool. So that will be 10 fire damage.
Very nice. Yeah, you hit him in the face, and what little bits of kind of raggedy hair he had left are just vaporized.
He dead though?
No, he's not dead.
I'm gonna do a thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a sorcerer thing. I'm gonna
Love sorcerer things.
spend for quicken spell,
Mm-hmm.
which allows me to cast a second spell.
And Firebolt was a cantrip, so that's okay.
Yep, so I can cast a second spell as my bonus action.
Yep.
But I'm just gonna no. I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna cast another. I see he doesn't go down. I just throw another firebolt at him real quick. Like from the hip. 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, so then that'll be 10 more fire damage.
He is dead.
Haha.
So yeah, you're just like,
Huzzah.
shoo, shoo. One hits him, blows his hair off. The other one goes into his mouth that is open, screaming. And those near him see his eyes bubble, burst, and smoke rising out, and he falls face first into the dirt. All right, and is that everything for you?
Yeah, that's it. And I stay well back.
All right. So the other two guys, they are both going to try to run around Revelry and Callum, and they have enough movement to make it around you guys without getting in you guys' area. And they're both going to dive onto the dead. They'll be near you guys now. Like you'll both have them within melee range now as they dive in. They're gonna jump in on top of the muscly guy and begin to take bites.
Oh.
And they're going to try to share their delusion. Yeah, again, Callum and Revelry, please roll me wisdom saves.
Will saves.
That is.
Yeah,
right.
that's me. What's
Yeah.
that?
15.
15 plus 2, 17.
You both resist. And they are just functionally helpless now. Like, they are entirely focused on that. Combat's over, basically. Just tell me how you guys deal with them.
I go, gross. And I just start, like, poking at him.
Yeah, no, they're, like, single-mindedly focused. They don't notice.
So just stab. Got him. Cool.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so since you are, like, viciously, like, swinging at him, he just eventually slumps over face first into the guy's ribcage.
Go to the next one. Repeat process.
I just insert blade, remove death.
Yeah.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, they're dealt with.
I don't even feel good about that.
You got anything cool on them?
You're wearing loincloths.
Yeah. What you got...
You take their dicks if you want.
What you have is the status symbol of a straitjacket and 4 extremely crude spears.
Well, I'm gonna take that jacket. And you're.
Is it styling though?
No, not at all. No, it's a mental hospital straitjacket. But in the wastes, it means that you either are like important jacket or you've killed one. And either way, that's pretty good.
Fair enough.
It doesn't have a collar on it, but I act like there's a collar.
I think you're
Yeah.
supposed to tie it. I go up to you and I tie it around your shoulders like a fraternity brother.
Jeez.
Good. Oh,
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
Also,
you
there's
can-
a major blood stain in the front of it, but
Good.
Yeah,
Mm.
right over the dick.
Gives it character.
Revelry, are you still looking
now
wounded?
Now you can sneak into
yeah, a little bit.
Caesar's Legion, though.
I'm down about 9.
That's 2 very good New Vegas references from you today.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty
I
good.
try.
I will go ahead and walk over to Revelry and rest a hand on his shoulder and say, "Take comfort in the piercing light of Mahavir." And I'll use the last 2d6 from my healing light ability. Go ahead and take another 8.
Oh, thanks, man.
All right.
That, puts me one below full.
Lady, you sure do like bright and shiny things a lot. Don't you know that those things are just hurtful? And I take several steps away and shield my eyes. It's already bright enough out here with the sand and the sun. And just is. I mean, I'm glad that our Revy D over here isn't dying, but.
Well, hey, thank you very much.
Light is how Mahavir, the piercing truth, manifests himself.
Yeah, that's great. I don't like it, and it hurts.
Well, when you find yourself on death's door, I'll be sure to open.
Well, I mean, I did that once, and I couldn't die, so that's why I'm here. But that's interesting. I'll make a note because I know how to write.
All right. So, what is you guys' plan? I don't necessarily want to egg you particularly any particular direction. However,
I think we're stealing a boat.
Yeah,
we're stealing a boat.
Yeah, it's the. Just be aware they're very, very well guarded because they are
expensive.
They are expensive. Revelry's probably
buying a boat.
Been on them, and you, to your shame, know that this boat is probably worth more than your house or your neighborhood.
Oh, much to my chagrin.
Yeah.
Well, do we wish to steal one or talk our way on to one?
Which way is faster?
Probably the talking our way on to one.
Okay.
Because that way we don't have a lot of people after us.
Do you know these people this time? Because this last time you tried to talk to them and that didn't really work.
I didn't say I knew them. I was just going to try to scare them off a bit. But
Did it work?
No, they were insane.
Well, that's true.
So, no. But these people might not be. And so maybe it will.
And if they're not, we can put them down like the stupid dogs they are.
Well,
I feel like that was a little
grim.
Let's go with that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I do live in the shadows and don't like the sun, and I'm not a vampire, I swear.
At the very least, we can try favor for favor.
I look to the two that aren't answering. I go, what the fuck's wrong with this kid?
I don't know.
So you approach the building?
I'd like to go find someone who maybe seems like a captain.
Oh, numbut.
Or someone who would pilot one of these vessels.
All of the captains are either on their ship or inside the kind of main outpost building. So you can take your pick.
And Revelry, you said you didn't know any of these people, right?
I mean, you never know. You might be surprised. There could be someone that you know.
Well, look around. See if you find a friend. That'd make things easier, right?
Yeah, I'll roll perception. Why not?
Yeah.
See if I know anybody.
We may luck out.
That's 14 plus 4. 18.
I'm going to give you advantage because I think this falls under getting lost.
Oh, that's 15 plus 4, 19.
Very nice. Inside, you see a captain of a ship who you did a tiny bit of sailing with at one point. The rules of sand ships are really, really strict, and so one of the rules is if you're not on when we leave the Oasis, you stay. And we also keep all your stuff that you left on the ship. So that happened to you once with this guy. So, he followed the rules. He didn't break any rules, but, this guy probably does have actually some of your nice stuff that you might have collected at some point. But you do know him.
Thinking.
Do I know his name?
Yes. But I'm going to do something cruel and make you name him.
Oh, that's fine. His name is...
Cruel to us.
Dirk...
Nope, that's good enough. Right there, Dirk.
Dirk Sanchez.
Dirk Sanchez.
I knew it was gonna be.
Get the shit out of here.
Uh,
Oh,
Get out of here.
all right. Yeah, Dirk. Yeah, he's in there. You see him through the kind of gap in the door because glass is actually really easy to get here. So
That's a desert. Yeah.
yeah. So
Desert.
yeah, you see it through the window.
Oh, I walk up to the window and I got like tippity tap on it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, Dirk, my friend, you have my things. Like those back.
He walks over to the door, opens it up, comes out to see you. I don't recall anything of mine being yours, but yeah, I do remember you.
Well, Dirk, my good friend, I have a favor that I need from you. And since you left me on some godforsaken, spit of land, I do believe that you owe me a favor. So say the pirate code, my good friend.
You know the rules.
Yes, the pirate code of remember.
Yes. Why don't you do some persuasion rolls, please?
Oh, yes, please. Oh man, if only I had my ring of the liar.
Yeah.
This is right.
It's because you didn't call for a parlay.
Yeah, right. That's an 11 plus 4, 15.
Okay. All right.
Come
Well,
on, it's me, Revelry. Your buddy.
what is the favor exactly?
I just need a quick ride over to City 9. Or the 9th City, whatever it's called. Canonically. The 9th City.
Number 9, not 9 3/4. We want to stop at 9.
We
Turkey.
may pass by.
It's me.
The ocean doesn't. The 9th City is landlocked, but I can get you close.
As close as you can get me is fine.
I need something though, something solid to keep the crew in line. You wouldn't have to have any supplies on you that I could take.
No, but I do have this lovely jacket. It's brand new.
I step forward. I step forward and say, if I may, I am quite an accomplished healer. If you have any members of your crew that are ill or indisposed or may run that way along the trip, I'd be perfectly happy to patch them up, get them back in working order for you. And give my best winning smile.
We still need supplies. The outpost here is giving just a terrible, terrible deal. I don't know what's happened to the prices, but it's unbelievable. I need food. If you have some food or access to some nearby, we could...
There's 5 dead guys in the sand back there.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You can have them.
Yeah.
They're about ready to dig into their captain, so eating must be fine, I guess.
All right. You have
all right.
passage. As close as I can get you.
All right.
Okay.
That long pork.
And who said cannibalism was wrong?
Oh, there we are. Well, we'll see you later, my friend. I will just meet you at the ship. It's still the Douglas over there. Yes.
One more game.
I couldn't think of a ship name, and so I came up with the Douglas.
So we landed on the Douglas.
That's where we got.
I've traded up.
Ooh.
Traded away the Douglas. Say it ain't so.
Its legend knows no bounds.
The mighty ghost ship, the Douglas.
Does that mean you don't have the Dougie? I was really hoping you would teach me how to operate the Dougie.
Go to
You
your
got one
room.
more solid pun in you, Albrecht, before I kick your ass out of here.
For that, I would appreciate if you would all go and fetch your payment.
Okay.
Of course.
That's fair.
I will see you in the Zephyr. Not you. Not you.
I believe that's
Not
pronounced
you.
Zephyr.
Not you. No, not you.
You mean this? This right here?
No. But Metzgirl
see.
just cheered 500 bits, which
Yeah.
will give an advantage to be spent at any point of the player or DM's choice, whoever she decides to give it to.
Let's go. You're just a hero.
Advantage to
Vanish
Anton.
Anton.
Thank you very much.
For the Dougie.
Kim, you can't encourage him like this. You can't give him this kind of encouragement.
It was a horrible
I
idea.
can't do anything about it.
It's a horrible idea. Or maybe now I've achieved. Like I know I've gotten something out of this.
You
So I'm
peaked,
gonna
so stop.
now. I peaked. I've stopped. I'm not going to make any more jokes for the rest of the stream.
Okay.
That's a lie. By the way.
So, why don't y'all roll me straight strength?
Sure.
I'm actually good at that.
Nice.
Hey.
I'm looking for anything that's not absolute garbage.
18
10.
minus 1, 17.
What was 10? Yeah,
10.
10. Yeah,
22.
yeah. No, that's all decent enough. With
22.
with some basic teamwork, you guys can move 5 corpses over without like just dragging them across the ground and getting them dirtier than they already are.
As we're carrying these dead bodies through like the port, like I'm just like waving at strangers, like, "Hello, good day to you." Pardon us.
Good day.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Hey, I guess it had to come up.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right, and you load them all into the ship, and the voyage will get started. So you see, this looks a lot like none of you would have ever seen this, but it looks like an ocean ship. It looks quite a bit like it has a stone slab to make up the bottom of it, what actually goes across the sand. It has extremely, extremely thick sails made of some tanned hide. Like, a normal little breeze isn't going to move them at all. They're hanging in the shape that they would at a full wind because they don't really move around. They're kind of stiff, stuck in that shape.
Gross.
But you are given a place to sleep, which is down in the hold. A corner is designated for the 4 of you to reside.
That seems right.
I love corners.
And
Darker the better.
you guys will begin to ship off. You guys can converse with the crew in any way or with each other, however you would like to. But at this point, you will get the effects of a long rest, and you will level up.
Lovely. Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
What was that, like 30 seconds you waited?
Something like that.
All right. I already have my level up plan.
So
I do as well. Sweet. So I can just pull out my brand new character sheet.
Nice. And that's preparation for you. Thank you very much,
you
all
go.
of you, for doing that. It does make
Da-da-da-da.
this a lot simpler.
Did anybody?
So-
Everybody say what they were? Nobody multi-classed, right?
I'm
mean,
already
multi-class.
Griffin, you had already. You guys had
Yeah.
already multied. Okay. Nobody did anything different though.
No, I
Cool.
took a
I
second
am now
level
a paladin.
Paladin DM. That automatically makes you an Oathbreaker, right?
Maybe.
I think that makes you an oath maker.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
yeah.
Or an oath taker.
So y'all, I have a very brief tangent during this level up, and that is, so we're sailing across the sand in this like kind of pieced together sand ship, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the
So
nicer end
is-
of sand ships. So that means it's still.
Is this
crap.
like this? Finally, we have this weird, awkward, another path, Fate and the Fabled Maidens crossover. We're in the same universe happening. Is this what's finally happening here?
Can you explain yourself a bit more? I don't see where you're coming from, but I want to
'cause
very,
in
very
the-
much.
I think it was in the how they got to the temple because they all crashed.
Yeah, it was
They
an
surfed
airship.
down.
Right.
It was an airship, but they sailed it across the sand, right?
Yeah.
They like fixed it.
Yeah, they did. Yes, they did.
Yeah, boom. There
Where,
you go.
where does another path come in on that one?
We're playing this game and we're talking about a sand ship.
Okay, that. Okay, got it.
So it's our weird one shot.
Yeah, okay.
Tenuous at best. Tenuous at best.
I mean,
but,
I don't know. Like,
you know.
living trees sounds pretty difficult in this area.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't want to deal with more trees. We have to deal with enough trees.
I mean, for all we know, this could be like the...
I like that we're playing in a desert.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's... Yeah, you haven't seen any living plants this entire game.
Suck it, Chase.
Wait,
boys,
you know that plants are the least of your concerns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it all right with you boys if I take a quick bio break?
Yeah, we can do that. In fact, let's do an actual break real quick.
All right.
We'll pop up a splash screen. We'll take no more than 10 minutes, but yeah, more than 5.
Station
We'll be back
identification.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Cool.
See y'all in a bit.
Yep.
All right, we're here. Hello, everybody. We are back.
Welcome back.
Just a quick break.
Yay.
Sweet. All right, so you guys were in the kind of hold of the ship. You have free reign to move around, other than specifically there's kind of the treasury hold where they keep particularly valuable things. There's the ration hold, which you're not allowed to take from, other than rations that are specifically given to you. And then there's the captain's quarters, which you're not allowed into. Other than that, you can just wander around however you like.
Cool.
I suggest that we sleep in shifts. These people do eat people.
That's a good idea. I like it.
Yep.
So,
Just a thought.
nose goes.
Actually, no. I'll take first watch. That's fine.
Okay.
Actually, no. I want that. I can't see in the dark. It's gonna get dark down here very quickly. Y'all take a rest. I'll be fine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, wake
already
me
a
up.
little bit dim inside just because they try to make it cover it up because you don't want direct sunlight if you can avoid it. Shade's great. So,
Yeah, wake me up for the dark shift.
Mm-hmm.
That's
All right.
my time of the night.
So you guys can take your shifts. If you want, you can roll a perception for your shift. And who would be after
Absolutely.
Callum?
I'll go second then.
Okay.
I will go third.
All right.
If there's a fourth, I guess I'll take it.
Yeah,
There's
sure.
no fourth.
10. I'm
10?
sitting on top of a crate and trying not to fall asleep.
Right on.
11
12.
plus 4. 15.
Cool. And Shiloh, you I guess just don't need to, because I mean that's
I just get to sleep.
yeah, lucky. Yeah. You guys don't notice anything particularly odd. You very quickly note the scheduling of the crew, that there's enough crew on the ship that part of them can take shifts sleeping so that this ship can be moving 24 hours to get out of, because they, as much as they are experienced sanders, oceaneers,
Sail.
something like that.
Sailors.
Anyway,
Sailors.
even though they're experienced, it's a dangerous place to be. There's all kinds of stuff that can go wrong, so just get the trip over with as soon as possible. And you guys are gonna have 2 days on this ship.
Wow.
Yeah. So, what do you wanna be doing in the meantime? If you can't think of anything interesting to do, we can skip to the end. That's fine. But if there's anything you want to do,
Oh, that is a bad challenge.
I know exactly what I want to do. I want to go find the captain.
okay.
Oh no.
I want to challenge him to a game of cards for all my things that he took with him when I was abandoned last.
All right.
And I want to use my deck of marked cards to cheat.
Nice.
All right.
to cheat.
I don't have all of it, but what I have left, we'll put on the wager. What do you give me if you lose?
Hey.
Well, I have this fancy jacket. Also,
Mhm.
and I rifle through my pockets, this fine button.
How about this?
Hashtag that button.
How about you?
Oh.
What about me?
Revy D, I think he's asking you if you want to bang.
I
No,
think he's asking me if I'll let him beat me.
Nope. He is going. He wants your indefinite unpaid services.
What if, instead of it being me, I can bring you someone else?
Have to be someone nearby. Like I can't just. It's someone I can verify right now. You can't just make up some fellow miles away.
Swear to God. You're gonna bet one
I
of
can
us. You
see
piece
the
of
wheels
shit.
turning. We have
you seen that creepy boy that I'm with?
There it is.
What can he do?
I don't know, to be honest. But he scares the hell out of me.
Have you seen him do anything useful in your time with him?
Yes, he looked at a man and his head exploded.
Okay. All right. And he holds out his hand. Shake yours.
Fuck.
Hey, Anton, you want to roll perception?
Sure.
As I shake his hand, I cross my fingers behind my back.
Right, that'll work.
That gets him
Should I
every
roll a- Should I
time.
roll a stealth check?
No, I think you can get away with that. Anton, what do you get?
19.
19. You hear the tail end of that conversation and you have all the relevant information.
What?
Just trust me, boy. Just trust me.
Now, Mr. Revy D, I just met you like yesterday morning, and
Dashing.
I
Sit down.
Cool. Yeah, I bring out
Oh.
my
Hey,
deck and
what do
start
I-
very
He-
elegantly shuffling it and like.
do.
He pulls out
Like-
two chairs, has the crew pull out 2 chairs and a table.
Now,
All right.
hey, Mr. Dashing, what do I get out of this? Do I get anything out of this?
A
If you
father
win?
figure.
What do I? Him? Are we talking about him or you? I'm so
Oh, me.
confused right.
You'll
You're
earn my
not-
love. You'll earn my love, boy.
You're a shitty dad. I just needed
So
to let
is
you
mine.
know.
Earn my respect, son. Earn my respect.
We have
Uh,
gone off the
all right.
deep end.
So you start dealing. You want to roll sleight of hand to deal yourself better?
Yes, I do.
All right.
So glad that I took proficiencies in that.
He's going to roll
And-
perception, and I would like you to roll perception.
Cool. So there's perception. 17 plus 4, 21.
All right.
Damn.
And then sleight of hand. That is a 12 plus 7, 19.
All right.
Jesus.
Perfect. All right. So you guys play, and because the thing is, this game is not a game of chance with people like you.
Well, yeah. No, in my inventory, they are marked cards.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So I don't really care what game you guys are actually playing. You
Gin rummy.
show your hand. Sure, yeah, whatever. Like you show your hand at the end. You're like,
Go.
here, 3 queens, and he goes,
Yeah.
3 queens.
whoa.
You both rolled great on your sleight of hand and terrible on your perception. So
I rolled a
both
21
of you.
on my perception, didn't I?
Yeah, no, sorry, you didn't roll terrible. He just rolled amazing. Sorry, but
Oh,
you
there we
both cheat each other.
It's a draw.
Terrifically. Yeah. He's
Hmm.
other hand.
So does this?
There should not be this many queens in this deck. I think someone is a cheater.
I do as
No.
well.
My whole thing is I'm going to try to put the blame on him.
Oh my god. We need him, Zach.
Sir, you're speaking
this-
to the judge.
Does this mean I win or I lose?
No,
I don't know what this means. This has never happened before.
either you can back out or we can play another hand.
I think I'll back out. I don't want to play with a
Thank
cheater. And then I leave.
Right.
You were the
Bye.
fucking worst.
Pure
Remember when,
cowardice.
remember when that bit accomplished nothing?
This is what I expect from you, Dashing.
Yeah, this is what I expect of myself, Dirk.
Cowardice. Pure cowardice.
Or elusiveness. We shall see.
All right, I guess we'll put this all away. And takes the chairs and the table, puts them away.
Thank you.
Worst game of cards 2018.
Or
Oh God.
the best game of cards.
Not for me.
Over my
Everything
2
worked out,
days.
son. Hey, son. You've got about 23% respect.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were talking to me?
Yes, you.
Oh.
Shiloh, what are you
Oh.
doing?
This is weird. I don't like it.
Over my 2 days, I will go around, not evangelically, but to anyone who I can bend their ear, I will spread the good word of Mahavir, the Seeker, the piercing truth, he who knows 1,000,000 secrets, and just speak to them of his commandments and the whatnot.
Why don't you roll persuasion?
Excuse me. Persuasion, you
Got
said?
notably an individual seems interested. Like he's doing his work and he's kind of not turning towards you, but he cocks his head to the side to aim his ear towards you. He's listening to what you're saying.
That is going to be a 21.
Okay, so at the night of the next day, he comes to you during your watch.
Mm-hmm.
Says, I don't want the fellows to know. Go wrong in many ways, even if it's just mocking. But tell me more.
Well, child, Mahavir, the seeker of knowledge, all he wishes for is that knowledge be spread and collected so that people may use it for his power. You must go to great lengths to protect the knowledge granted by Mahavir, earn his favor, the secrets of this world, and with those secrets you will flourish. But to reveal this information to other means a death most foul.
I understand.
Knowledge is your greatest weapon against any foe. Secrets, weaknesses, vices, these can foul even the noblest of kings.
May I show the sign? And he points towards your holy symbol. Is that allowed?
Oh, but of course. And maybe someday, as he did for me, he will be visited.
Thank you. And he retreats off to wherever he sleeps.
Walk with the light, child.
Hey, you made a good friend.
All right.
Got a convert. That's what I got.
Anton, I don't think the last encounter counts as your thing unless you want it to. Do you have anything you particularly want to do?
I go into the I go into like the deepest, darkest corner of the ship, and I cast darkness.
It's not dark enough.
On myself. So that I can see. Because I can see as a shadow sorcerer, if I can see in my own darkness spell. It's just a nice little way to get some me time. And
Yep.
It's the only way I really feel safe is when I'm able to exert this little bit of control over my life.
And
Shadow
Callum.
sorcery is pretty cool, huh?
Callum, what
Shadow
are you up
sorcery
to?
is really fucking cool.
I'm gonna kind of get my way into the navigation room if I can. I can read. Not a lot of people can do that, and so that's a pretty useful skill wherever I go.
So navigation is done in the captain's quarters, and there's just like a regular like open helms area that you can go to. So you can either go to the helmsman or see if the captain will let you in.
I'll knock on the captain's door, just kind of point to my marks like I can read. Do you got anything that needs done? Not really a whole lot I can do out here.
Yes. Come here. And he lets you in. You see that there's maps set on his desk, and that you see one or two books that are obviously have never been moved since they were put there.
Sure.
But he pulls out instead from behind one of the dressers a open letter. Read this.
What's it say?
It says, to my dear, To my love, I will never see you again. I have made the trade and lost my life, but you will be safe. Love, Annalie.
I'll read it.
That's what I thought. Thank you, traveler.
Of course.
And he takes it back from you, puts it back in its hiding spot. What can I do for you in exchange?
Just get us there as close as you can, as safe as you can. Though, in addition, I'm quite curious about the tomes you've got over there. I've been living outside the walls for a while. Don't get a lot of books in my side of the world.
Well, she was the only one who would have read them, so you're free to take them.
Thank you.
So yeah, you will get 2 books. One is history of the city's construction. You find a lot of black ink covering a lot of different areas in that one. And it's been censored multiple times. You would say, like, someone ran over with blank ink, and then later someone went and just tore some pages out, and then another time someone, like, burned a couple bits. Like, there's a lot of information lost, but it does give an overview that you've never seen before, like a more grand, over the hundreds of years that it took for the cities to be made view, whereas most other bits of history are very localized on individual characters.
Sure.
And the other one is a collection of ballads and poems and folk stories cataloged by a Essowain character that you are not familiar with, but it's a collection of wasteland literature. Or most of them have been translated, or not translated, but transcribed from oral tradition into written tradition here, but you've never seen anything like this. No one's ever done that before that you're aware of.
Neat. So I will spend the next while reading that specifically, and I'll read out loud to anybody who's curious enough to listen in.
Does that include any of you 3? Yeah?
Yes. Absolutely.
Sure.
Worshiper of a knowledge god.
Story time with Grandpa Fergus.
Grandpa Fergie.
Grandpa Fergie.
Grampy Fergilicious.
Grampy
Gramps Fergie.
Okay, I'm going to stop this right here. And you arrive.
Huzzah!
There is no dock here, no harbor of any kind, so the ship stops near the edge. And all right, get going.
Okay, thank you. Walk.
So they just lower a rope ladder for you to get down to the dunes. And so you've got like 150 feet to the cliff wall to get out of the dunes.
All right.
Well, further up and further in?
Only way out.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Revelry, you know the way. Hi.
Do I?
From here, it should be fairly simple as long as you don't completely get garbage rolls.
Yeah, survivor, that's 19 plus 2, 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are on this track, friends.
Great. I'd like to go that way then. Let's go.
All right, so
Let's go.
what is your plan for the cliff face? It's about 50 feet tall, so it's not the grandest cliff ever, but it is definite, and it's very sheer.
Oh, doesn't Explorer's Pack have rock climbing gear? Because I have an Explorer's Pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably has pythons in it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I pull out my Explorer's Pack. Do. I've done this before. So, it's just like you just have. It's really hard for me to think about climbing a sheer rock wall, and it's a little bit unsettling. So I like to think of something cool. So I like to think of it as a giant wall of ice that I'm about to climb up here. And then when I get to the top, I can get over the wall. And that was my very obscure Game of Thrones reference.
About to say, was that a Game of Thrones reference?
I'm not sure if it's. I don't think that's obscure. I think that's just labored.
So who is going to lead? Whoever's going to lead the climb needs to make an athletics check.
I'll summon my pickaxe and attempt to use that as a climbing tool.
All right.
Barring that, I might have some magic that can help me should I royally fuck up.
So are you gonna, Anton, are you gonna use your stuff in lead, or are you going to lend it to Shiloh?
I look up and I see just how tall this thing is, and I go, I mean, if you want to go first, that's great. Yeah, okay, thanks.
Yeah. So I'll take the climbing gear. I'll take my magical pickaxe, and the climbing gear that Anton gave me, and I'll attempt the climb. And I'll have like a
rope down when you get there.
Yeah, I'll have like a coil of rope on me.
Okay.
Ready to go.
Right on.
So this is athletics?
Yep.
Let's see. That will be 13.
13. You get up about 3/4 of the way up. And then up at the top, it kind of begins to go a bit back. So it's all like a reverse incline. Where you're at, you're safe. But the next part, you don't feel secure with how you've been doing to get up that bit.
All right. Then I will Misty Step the rest of the way up.
Okay.
Nice.
So here's an interesting thing, and I'm going to let you do it without any rolls, but here's just an interesting thing. You have to be able to see where you're Misty Stepping, which means you do a really awesome move.
That's fair.
You kick off of the wall and then teleport forward up.
That's some Dishonored shit.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Callum's at my
Jump off
bottom,
of
like, oh no, fuck. Okay, sure, why not?
So I'll burn that spell slot, and I will lower a rope down and anchor it somewhere up top.
There is nothing to anchor it on.
Then I will lay down the rope, and I will jam my pickaxe into it, and just.
All right. You guys all will be able to get up without a roll, but Shiloh will have to roll strength.
19.
19, very nice. All right, everyone gets up
Wonderful.
safely.
Oh, good. This would have been a very, very bad end to this game.
Death by fall damage is never.
No, I don't. That's a pretty terrible way to die, unless it is a long way.
Yeah.
All right, and cool. Right there, now that you're out on the top of the cliff, you see the city. It's this large, dark. It's different from the fourth city. The fourth city is kind of this, like, walled town that's just buildings piled on top of each other, whereas this looks more like a gigantic football stadium. Like, it's got the dome covering the entire thing, and walls that look more well put together. Like, they were all made at the same time, and the entire thing was built with much more of a plan than the fourth city.
Mm-hmm.
See, Callum, I heard a story about this at one point too. The guy's name was Stephen King, and it was something about a dome, and I don't remember the rest. Maybe you do.
No, I've heard of that author. He wrote something about a. You know what? I was gonna try to make a Dark Tower reference, and I just really didn't get there in time. I was hoping I'd get that.
And so I'm gonna punish you for that in a way that is interesting. I think you trip.
Okay.
So Anton does, not you.
Okay.
And you are fine, but everyone else sees you break your neck.
Oh
like,
shit!
not a little bit, like dead. But yeah.
Oh, that's uncomfortable. Hold
well,
on one second.
Onward we go.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Which way were we going? That way?
That
What?
was. Are we not going to talk about this?
Does anyone have fire? Burn it. Burn it with fire.
What? Can
Lab?
Yeah.
The fuck?
The fuck
So-
what?
Your neck?
Oh,
It's gone
I'm
down
sorry.
to 16%.
I was in the middle of talking about that story I heard about the dome. I'm sorry, I forgot. So there was this dome.
No,
right?
no, not that.
After that.
After that. Oh, my neck.
Yes.
Yeah. It hurt, but it's happened before.
Why?
Well, you see
Can I
The
cast
dark-
mending on Anton?
No, nope.
He's
doesn't.
broken.
He said he died once already.
the dark god of the abyss, Orcus. He decided he didn't want me to be dead, so he gave me some powers, and now if I die, I don't die. I mean, within reason. I think. I don't know. I haven't tested the limits of it because I don't really want to test the limits of it, but I've gotten got a couple of times.
Hey, DM, what are my thoughts on Orcus as a holy person? Do I know Orcus? Have I been granted knowledge about Orcus?
You should maybe use your powers
Yeah.
on that.
My
because
special thing-
your character was not actually that educated. You were a
Right.
minor, right?
Yeah.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but your god does grant you power of knowledge beyond what you should be able to know.
So this is a
So-
religion roll, right?
Yeah. For this, roll religion to see if your deity will tell you, even though you have no earthly way of knowing.
Right. That is a 16 plus 3, 19.
Yeah. You hear his voice. Or her voice, whatever it is.
It's a he.
Tolerable heathen. Useful at times.
All right.
Right on.
Carry on.
Anything before you get to the city?
Actually, yeah. If I think as we make our way there, gentlemen, we should discuss the what exactly we're gonna do with this font should we find it, because we were given two options, and
So are we fine with the dead boy we're walking with?
yeah,
No,
no,
I'm not dead. I just have a lot of really dark magic at my disposal.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
can't die.
Big guy upstairs.
I
Clearly.
mean, I bet I could. Like, it takes a lot out of me. I bet I could, like, if you killed me twice.
Point being,
Or
we were
if you
given
staked me through the
offers.
chest.
We were given two offers with what to do with the font. One may lead to the destruction of the city, but gives us better perks. I'm frankly in favor of, because there's not many people out there in the wild who give a fuck about my god.
There does seem a bit of a time constraint on those perks if the entire city is destroyed, however.
Only if the city actually gets destroyed.
That's the thing.
Because
Do
if
the,
we,
do
if
the
we
perks
give the
go
font
to
the
other
guy-
cities? Like, can we do this whole thing and do this great, and then we can just go live in another city?
Does someone want to roll
With the perks?
history on that?
I will.
Okay.
Ah, damn it.
On the table, Half-Hill.
There we go. And that's going to be history 18.
You know that most definitely not. You don't even know if other cities have this festival.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, no. No. But, other thought, since we're thinking about that, worst case scenario, for us at least, is we're back at square one in a couple of years. We're definitely stuck outside the city living in the wilds again if we take the tokens. And sure, 10,000 days, that's a lot. You can make that work. It's a lot of days. It's, what is it, about 4 years?
It's a lot more than 4 years.
More than 4 years now.
Well, yeah, that's food and board for a long time, for 10,000 days, but also outside and inside, it's just money.
That's currency.
You can use it for other stuff. You can set yourself up with that. If you pooled together, you could most definitely get a ship.
Yeah. My stance is we find the thing. I can maybe spend some time with it, glean whether or not it's actually something harmful or not. And then maybe we can go from there. But I'd like to be redeemed.
Kind of in the same boat. But we'll see. Also wouldn't mind having a ship.
Oh, that's an idea. Nice. I kind of like the idea of having a ship. Can it be a dark one? Can we paint it black?
See a red ship and I paint it black.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Thank you. There we go. There you go. There it is.
All right.
Sorry, chat, for that one.
I'm not.
Didn't Ryan make a deal that he wasn't going to make any more jokes?
I gave him one, and I think that was it. But that was a good one, so I think he still has
not
one.
the Stephen King?
Yeah, no, he said that, and then immediately after, just...
But he got reprimanded for it, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, no, it's...
There were consequences.
I think it needs to be destroyed. I'm pretty sure he made a She Kills Monsters reference there at one point, too, but I didn't want to mention it.
I did. Thank you for catching that, Jack.
I gotcha.
Wait. What was it?
Orcus.
Orcus is a dude, though.
Well, Orcus is D&D.
Oh, well, I just think...
But it's specific. It was the first one that popped in my head because I just read that script.
Oh, God, that is who that is.
That is who that is.
Yeah.
That is who that is.
We're getting on a weird theater
Sorry, can we...
Let's continue.
Yeah, let's play the game.
I mean, if you want.
There's a very good play called She Kills Monsters, where it's about D. Just go check it out. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very, very good.
So, did Revelry Dashing have anything to add to that conversation, or are we good?
I have known nothing else aside from out here, so I can either get more or get more. So
you raise a fair point.
I'm fine with whatever.
I like the idea of winning. I don't know that I don't know when I've won things before. I like the idea of winning, but I also know that, this may come as kind of a shock to you guys, but people don't really like me and my powers. Yeah, I know. So, but out in the city, I don't know, they're just kind of douchebags. And out in the wasteland, I don't know, people are just more honest because life just sucks a little more.
What is
you
a
gotta help each other out. A douchebag, you know, careful. When you
careful.
You know, when you kill, you've seen the cannibals, right?
Okay,
out in the wastelands, right?
I don't know if I want to hear this. We can say you said that joke, but the screen fades to black as we move on to the next scene.
An airplane flies by.
Yes. Oh shoot, my microphone was unplugged.
All right, and you guys are at the entrance to the city. It's this huge gate that has tiers. So it's giant gate, and then as a part of it is a smaller gate, like cut out of that, and on and on and on. So basically you can choose how big to open it up to. So if you want, it's a single man door, or it can be enormous and fit like a monster truck through.
Nice. That's super cool.
The wizard will see no one today.
Jesus.
I try the man-sized door.
It's unlocked.
Radical. I'm gonna go ahead and summon the pickaxe and just have that on hand.
All right. As Callum, you're the only one who sees this because you're like, just open the door. As you open it up, you see the city is alive. It is full, bustling, and entirely occupied by calm, walking, conversing blue walkers.
Ooh.
I shut the door.
Yeah, and you guys don't see that. He sees that and just goes, huh? Nope. Close the door.
What seems to be the problem?
You alright?
But you made the door open.
Here.
What's wrong? We're here. Let's go in.
Look for yourselves. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't believe that shit.
I opened the door.
Yep, and you see the same thing he saw. Except like one or two of them are looking your direction now because someone opened and closed the door. They're like, what's going on?
I closed the door again. Guys. Well, actually, you know what? You just stay real close to your good old buddy Anton here, and we'll be able to get through this unscathed. Maybe.
Okay.
I hope.
Maybe, perhaps leave the door open.
Oh, you want me to open it again?
No, like if we're going in, just leave the door open so it's easier for us to get out.
Oh, when we run screaming from
Yes.
the horde of...
That was my intention.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, because this is gonna go real well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my butt is so numb.
I'm not sure if that was in character or out.
So a little both.
All
That's how
right.
scared I am.
So you all
Alright,
step
that's
in.
Yeah, we all step in.
Do you want to open
okay.
one size larger so it's a double door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah.
do that.
You all step in. You see that the crowd of blue walkers have moved back a bit. But in front of the crowd, you see what looks maybe like a herald of some kind, flanked by two guards in similar armor to what you saw in the fourth city.
Huh. Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hail.
I'm Anton.
Howdy.
These are my friends. We need some water?
Do you want our water?
Well, we're supposed to get like this little vial of water that never runs out of water. Do you know about that? Do you know what I'm talking about? Does that ring any bells up there?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Do you
That's
need
just
to drink
is that
right now?
is that just like a piece of junk laying around that you don't need? And it's not like some super treasured relic of your religion, right? Like it's just something we could take and go on our merry way.
You'll
made a
have
mistake.
to
We let him
speak
talk.
to someone a bit higher up about that. But if you need water, if you are in danger of dehydration, we can help you now.
Oh, I'm actually a bit parched. Thanks.
No, I think we're all right. In
Oh, we're okay. We're okay. We're okay.
We'll
I
just go
guess.
talk to your superiors.
Yeah, that sounds great. Who's the guy in charge here? Who's the head blue man? Who's the head of the blue man group?
Nope. I knew you were doing.
Punish him.
I got a tally going up. We're built. I'm saving them up.
Never let Ryan play a sorcerer ever again.
The king.
Oh, you
would
have a
see
king
you.
here. That's wonderful. We'd love to meet him and pay our
Anton, let the man
respects.
speak.
Let us see if you can be granted an audience. He is amicable but busy.
We are representatives from the fourth city. We'd love to have a word with him.
That is acceptable. Sir Anton, please
Oh yeah,
keep your distance from us.
Oh, yeah. I'll just keep them outside of me, and I'll stay in the middle, and then I'll just keep going straight. I don't wanna make you guys uncomfortable. We're in your house. but I can't really turn it off.
That is fine.
I'm sorry.
And he turns over to one of the guards. And that one nods, and they head over. So they go to one of the kind of outdoor cafes that are nearby. They set up water and food and then they just clear the entire block and clear a path of people for you to go there. You may stay there while you wait.
I take off my jacket, and then I just like set it on top of Anton. Does that help?
Not really.
I don't think that's how magic works, but you know.
Keep the jacket up 2%.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh,
God.
okay.
Take a seat.
This is like the opposite of a parade.
I sit down.
All right.
Thank you.
On the table, you see some things some of you have never seen in your life, and most of you who have seen them in pictures. You see corn, fresh corn, and an apple on a plate for each of you. And then each of you have a glass of water of a kind of blue tinted water. And then a large pitcher of that as well is in the center of the table. Take whatever you would like, or none at all if you don't feel comfortable. I will go see if I can get you an audience. One moment.
Thank you.
And he
Thank
leaves
you.
with his guards. About 6 guards are positioned at a good distance away from you, not menacing, but keeping a perimeter. They're more than anything keeping people away from you. But they're observing.
Are there any sort of decorative plants around?
Yes. There's actually, this is more plants than you've ever seen ever. They've got, you see over a ways, kind of one of the taller buildings, just looks like the Hanging Gardens. But over here, you see there's some potted plants. You see like a sunflower, and yeah, assorted nice, fairly nice plants. This place is, on the air, you can feel it being more humid. And for the first time, like ever, you feel a coolish breeze.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen. Didn't our fair arch-philosopher say that this town had been the city had been destroyed?
By whose metric?
I think so. But I pick up the apple and I take a bite out of it.
Okay.
I ever so casually take my glass of
pretty good.
water and like lean back to like one of the plants and just sort of like and just dump it in the pot.
Good. Yeah, I don't drink the water.
No. I eat nothing, touch nothing,
Same.
sitting off to the side.
Twiddling my damn thumbs.
Yeah.
All right.
Just
Eventually, I do get bored and start like just swirling the water around, watching like the blue like flicker around as it swirls.
It's interesting. It doesn't appear to be like a. It's not like there's dust in your water or even like Kool-Aid. It appears to be the color of this water.
Huh. That's less fun.
Super don't trust now, yeah. Or as someone typoed in the chat, kill aid. Which I'm actually leaning toward it being legitimate kill aid. So
Don't drink the kill aid.
I mean, you ate an apple.
I did eat the apple.
That's
Was it
probably cool.
delicious?
Yeah, it was.
apples
I
are
mean,
like
you've
30%
never
kill aid.
Was
you've
it
never
crisp?
had an apple before, but it's great.
I don't know, guys. I kind of like it here. I mean,
Like-
people give me a wide berth, but this is good.
Yeah, first time you picked it up, you're like, "Is this a candle or oh wait, it's food?"
It's one of those fruit things I've been hearing about.
It's really good.
I mean, yeah, no, none of you have in life seen a fruit-giving plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like, Callum has probably seen many illustrations. But yeah, like, Revelry, you've had assorted meats through your life, and the rest of you have had nondescript nutrient mush.
Gotta love that nondescript nutrient mush.
Yes. And all of its many flavors.
Gray.
Dull, gray.
Gray, brown, slightly yellow.
Yeah. There's a really good 50 Shades of Grey joke here that I'm going to pass over.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, because you were about to, like, explode.
Yep.
Explosion.
I just needed to acknowledge it, and we're good.
All right. So the Herald guy comes back. He has added one more person to his group. He has the 2 guards and a robed figure who looks like he's reusing the masked philosopher robes, but seems to not really care for the mask and is not wearing it.
All right.
Hello. You have been granted an audience. If you would permit us to dampen this one's effect.
Oh, dampen away.
Dampen, please.
Oh, well, I guess I don't get much of it. I mean, sure, okay. I don't want to make you uncomfortable in your house, so, okay.
The robed one who's wearing the philosopher's robes begins to chant in what is definitely magical, like he's casting a spell and he's taking his time. You see he doesn't like it. You see he begins to bleed from his nose and a bit dribbles out of his mouth. He is
Oh my god.
not liking this at all. But he is going to cast essentially a field of anti-magic that will hang around you guys. It is not a normal anti-magic field, so it would be fairly easy for you guys to break it if you wanted to. If you wanted to push through it, you could probably break it. But it will track around you. It's cast on you, specifically Anton.
Okay.
So I'm feeling pretty uneasy around him as well now. It being anti-magic.
Yeah, you're feeling it, but they don't seem to be bothered by your magic.
Interesting.
Since it's divinely origined, it doesn't seem to bother them.
It's fair.
But yeah, you see that as soon as he's done casting the spell, the robed guy just backs away. One of the guards keeps him upright, keeps him from stumbling over, and they take him over towards some kind of hospital. This way.
Very well.
And so the entire troop of guards that have been making the perimeter kind of form around near you, not too close, not crowding you. And they take you towards what is most definitely, from this side, like where you're at, definitely the palace. Most of the other buildings vary in height. It's a well thought out street layout. It's organized and intelligently designed. But at the back of it, you see this giant building that stretches all the way to the ceiling of the dome. It's a grand palace with multiple different entrances and different wings and districts almost within this entire building. And you're guided there. Anything
Guys,
you want to do on the way?
This place is really nice. Maybe we should just stay here. They figured out a way to make me less, unfortunately, hostile. I'm not trying to be hostile. And that's cool. So maybe we just stay here and be friends, or maybe we go back and we get all that money and then we come back and we live here.
I mean, I think those are all potential options, but
Let's see what the king has to say.
Okay.
You're
Fourth City's still home.
brought in through the palace. There are numerous, quite grand rooms, notably different from the Fourth City. There's signs around telling people where to go, whereas normally in the Fourth City, there's essentially for the regular citizenry, they're told what to do and how to do stuff with street signs. Like, it's a picture. tells them food is this way,
Sure.
work is this way. There's no written word available to them, whereas here it's open. They have signs with writing. Callum, you see that these different sections of the palace appear to be the grand college of this city, and the area of research and the main barracks also.
Mm-hmm. Huh. That's... You share the knowledge of literacy here.
Yes, we couldn't have stopped it even if we tried.
Huh.
Is it bad with everybody knowing how to read? Like, are there uprisings? Or that's what we were told to be scared of, so...
Hey.
We have found no major drawbacks.
Great.
Here, the king. So you enter into a room that is a circular room, and in the center, taking up the majority of the center, you see this glass dome that appears to be like the top of a very large container. So this is there is a cylindrical glass container, enormous cylindrical glass container, and the top of it is a round dome, and you guys are just seeing the round dome of it, but you can look down into it, and it's a pit.
Okay.
But it's covered by the glass dome, so no one can fall in.
Sure.
At the top of it, you see the font. It's this little crystal vial that is turned upside down and is continually pouring water downward into a very large pool that is at the bottom of this container. And this water is that blue. And on the other side of the dome, you see the king seated on his throne. Looks quite busy. He's got two advisors next to him showing him like paperwork and blueprints. And he's, yes, okay. Give me one moment. I have to see these. Welcome.
Hi.
Shiloh is all revelry. She drops to a knee, bows her head.
No, I'm all revelry.
Oh, reverence is, I think, of the word I meant to say.
There you go.
Greetings, sir.
I do a
Hello.
very
Hi.
stiff, like, L bow. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're bowing? Okay, I bow.
Yeah, Shiloh's dropped to a knee.
I've got a flourish to it.
Greetings.
What can I help you with?
We come as representatives from the fourth city. And I kind of look aside to each of you guys.
I can't imagine that you are responding to my letters.
What letter is that?
I attempted to create a political connection, an official line of communication with the fourth city. As of yet, they have not responded.
No.
Well, my lord, if we're being honest, we were not sent here with regards to such letter. We have no knowledge of it, and as far as this city has been destroyed.
Or that is what they tell their people.
Aye.
I understand why they wouldn't want to acknowledge us. What can I help you with, then?
Well, we were sent here, to be quite frank,
For
to
that.
retrieve the
Yeah,
font.
the thing up there.
But, as I said, upon us traveling here, we believe this city to be nothing but ruins. Hadn't a clue that there'd be actual civilization here, actual people, society. I think now this quite changes things.
Why are you all blue?
Thank you, Anton.
I'm
Anton, you
curious.
can't just ask people why they're blue.
The font is imperfect. It makes us blue walkers. But it staves off the madness.
Yeah, you seem to be retaining yourselves.
It's better than normal. Any normal consumption of magical food will eventually make a blue walker. But our water and all of the things that we grow from it do not do this to us.
Interesting.
Does it change if like people eat your stuff and then they stop eating your stuff all of a sudden?
The effect requires continual consumption.
So you should be good. You just ate one apple.
Yes,
Okay.
we would not offer you food if a single bite would doom you to our fate.
But if we were to hypothetically, because this was, they wanted us to take this fount thing, but we didn't know you were all here. So if we were to like take the fount thing and take it all the way back to the Fourth City, and then you guys would be stuck here and you wouldn't have your non-magical super GMO foods to eat, but then you all would go nutso, and then we'd have a giant city of crazed blue walkers on our hands instead of all of you perfectly sane and nice people.
I don't believe so. I think that it would... We've eaten of this kind, and this kind has omitted whatever material or effect causes the madness.
Sure.
But from that, we get all of our water and all of our food.
Hey Shogun, are the blue walkers, are they like every race but blue, or are they a specific?
No, yeah, they're everything. This particular city seems to have more orcs than the fourth city, and a couple and less of a human population than the fourth city, which is majority humans. But yes, it affects everyone similarly, bleaching out their flesh and then inserting blue underneath.
Yeah, You say you say left you to your fate, but omitting the madness. What is the downside? You seem to have infinite water by my sight.
It's the physical effects are the same.
I see.
We have, as you may notice, damage to our voice, and the fine detail of our hands is much more difficult.
I see. Well, at this point, I don't see what point there is hiding our hand. Someone in Fourth City believes they can fix the font. I have no metric to whether that's true or not. And this is clearly not a pile of ruin as we were led to believe, gentlemen.
No.
I don't
Nope,
think we
not
can.
at all.
I don't think we can take this from these people.
Nope.
However, perhaps we can return, in turn as representatives of the Ninth City. Perhaps bring the Arch Philosopher here. See if we can't actually fix this thing. Restore life to two cities.
I just want to point out, though, that we're not blue.
No.
Which gives us an edge when we get back to the other city.
I inherited my position and a law that all agreed on back when our city was refounded. There should be no modification or alteration to the font.
I see.
Anything goes wrong, we all die.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm with you on that one. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm good with that.
So it seems we
Well-
have just a couple options. Either we leave, or we do something drastic.
Who made the fonts?
The first philosopher, or so the legend goes. Let me offer you an option. Stay. You can have a life here. Let me offer you.
That doesn't sound too bad, actually. Yeah. We got a lot of good food here, and if we go back to the Four City, they're just gonna probably kill us, and we're already criminals there. So, this isn't too bad.
The creepy boy's not wrong.
He's not.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Question.
what-
Okay, 2 questions though. 2.
Yes.
How long have you been like this?
I was born this way.
2. Actually, I don't know if you would. Wait, actually. Okay, so 3 questions. How many generations has this been going on?
At least 4.
Anybody from that first round still alive?
No. We have attempted to correct past mistakes and keep good history, but in the early days, records were sparse. We've gathered everything we could.
I just want to know if I'm in for a world of hurt doing this, but
But if we have the opportunity to fix this problem and bring it back here for future generations, isn't that worth the attempt?
No. Any meddling could break it and give us nothing.
Could I perhaps bequeath my god for knowledge on the font, whether or not it's actually correcting, whether or not it's A, incredibly harmful, or B, actually fixable?
Yeah, go ahead.
Natural 20.
All right.
Hey, thank you, Ice Dice.
It is fixable,
Okay.
but it is not within the ken of men.
Okay. Now,
And
I get this.
the harmful effects are open to see.
Okay.
You're seeing them.
Then, and I think I get this ability times a day.
Sure. Yeah.
Can I bequeath once more? Is this in your power to fix, Mahavir? I'll go ahead and roll that. Not as good. 12.
12. Basically, you get kind of the answer that a god gives you when they're like, yeah. And it'll be a very short time for me.
But a very long time for you mortal people.
Yeah.
So you said that it's without the can of man. It's not going to be like a Return of the King thing when we bring it to some lady and
No,
she's like, "I am no man."
No.
It
Rephrase.
like fixes it real easy.
Don't worry, guys. I got this.
Two things. Rephrase mortal, and this is entirely in Shiloh's head, unless she chooses to
Yeah.
speak.
At this point, nah. Just upon like taking a moment of quiet contemplative meditation, Shiloh reopens her eyes and just nods her heads and says, kind of in response to her god's knowledge and to the king, yeah, I find this amenable. I take a couple steps forward and turn around to each of you. I'm staying. I'm on board with this.
I missed a bed.
That
Hey,
doesn't sound too bad. A bed? That sounds nice.
Why are y'all freaked out by him?
He's of arcane magic. And our condition is upset by arcane magic.
Ah.
Huh. So can I stay? Can I even drink this thing? What happens? Do I blow up?
We have sorcerers. It will hurt you to cast your spells, but you will grow to control it and hold it down whenever you want to.
That sounds like what I do on a daily basis. Count me in.
Well then, my lord king, I think you found yourselves 4 new citizens.
Don't speak for me, but yes,
Apologies, Revelry. hey, Revelry. I know we've only known each other a short time, but go fuck yourself.
Please
I'm
not
just kidding.
in the
You're
palace.
Oh, I'm gonna like it here just fine.
You all, by having made it here, I would imagine are men of some kind of means. And women.
And women. Thank you.
If you mean money, then no. No.
I mean,
Capability. Aye.
yes. We are eager to accept in new citizens, though there are very, very few who come here. And you will be given a place befitting your skills. Welcome to the 9th city.
Thank you.
And that's the game.
It's the exit music.
Yeah, great job, guys.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Guys, we
Guys,
didn't die.
We
We didn't die.
We
No.
didn't die.
Well, you kind of did.
Yeah.
Well, I did once.
You did that one time, but
I
it's
didn't
okay.
die. I just broke my neck.
Yeah.
You know, normal thing.
Wow.
Hey guys,
Hey.
remember that time we became zombies voluntarily?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so we're the
That
Blue
was
Man
super
group now.
cool.
But you know what the worst
And
part
women.
is? I never learned to read.
God.
And you've been mad at me for my references?
That was a
Look, I'm mad at both of you equally.
No, Griffin, stop lying to yourself.
You're right. I like exactly what you
Yay.
There it is.
All right.
We did.
So...
We drank the Kill-Aid.
We did drink the Kill-Aid.
Yep.
yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, that's how that goes. You guys stay in the city. You guys live for. I'm just ignoring you.
That's wise.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Cool. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys had 3 ending choices basically. I mean 4. One of them is you die, but
You
Yeah.
die.
Ruling out that one.
ruling out that one, you guys can either stay in the city or you can bring the font back and give it to the arch philosopher and he'll try and fix it.
Mhm.
And or you can give it to the other dude and stay in the wastes but with money.
Yeah, but both
I
those guys are
imagine-
assholes.
I imagine it
yes.
would have been a hell of a fight to get that thing out of here, too.
Yeah.
It would have, and I would have killed Anton several times.
That's fair.
Yo, the amount
He's
of
good
time
for
that
it,
would have
so-
taken to do that and then get all the way back, man, my butt's far too numb for all that.
Sometimes you gotta make big world altering decisions based on how numb your ass is.
They are.
Okay, so
No, I think this is good. I think this is a good city
Yeah.
for me to spread the word of my dear Lord God.
Dear Lord God.
Did you forget the name of your god for a second there?
No, it's Mahavir. I was just looking at chat for a second.
yeah, no, you guys, I don't know what, because Anton is super useful. Being able to cast magic in this city is super useful. It hurts to cast it, but it's super useful and at high demand.
Yeah.
Callum will definitely find a place, for sure.
Oh yeah.
And Shiloh will definitely have a place. I'm more curious, what the heck would Revelry do?
Whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He would revel.
Dude, bang folks all day, go out and steal shit all night. Like,
There you
Okay.
go. There you have it.
I imagine you'd be like a scrapper. Like,
yeah, I'd
Since
probably
you're so
go out,
familiar with the
find
waste.
shit, bring it back.
Yeah, actually, that's it. Is that they don't like leaving the city because people, they don't like leaving the city. They would pay you well to do that for them.
Hey, I'm a tiefling. You never know what color a tiefling's gonna end up being.
Yeah. Sweet.
guys, we changed our colors.
All right,
Mm.
it's time to sign off and say goodbye. So,
All right.
why don't we do reverse order of what we did last time? And why don't you sign off what you do and where people can find stuff you do? Because I know that
Alright.
they want to do that now.
I have been Chase Greenlee. You can find me at TQ Loudly on Twitter. You can find me at the collective podcast of the four fantastic guest hosts with me tonight of Another Path. It is a theatrical D&D podcast where it is a homebrew world that of my own creation, and we're playing 5th edition and treating it like a long-form improv game with math.
With math.
Yeah.
And dice.
The math
Yeah,
is the worst part.
It's like Lord of the Rings meets Math Blaster meets It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
And plant zombies.
Yeah, that's yeah. And then there's a little bit of Little
And
Shop
some
of
Dark Sun.
Horrors.
And some Dark
A little
Sun.
bit of
And
Dark Sun, a
Sun
little-
Horrors.
Yeah, and Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Ryan,
Yeah.
what about you?
I'm on that podcast. I'm on Twitter. I'm Ryan_Albrecht. You gotta spell my name the same way it is on your screen.
I've known you for 7 years, and I still can't spell your name right sometimes.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just used to it. And what else do I do? I don't know. I do a lot of theater. I'm
If you're ever in the Northwest Ohio area.
yeah, if you're ever in Northwest Ohio, come see one of the shows I do. I was a guest on another podcast called Historical Hotties. And I was actually the guest for their first episode of season 2. It was so much fun. We did Tony Award winners, and I got to talk about Audrey Hepburn for like 45 minutes. So it was a pretty good day.
So the dream, you know.
Yeah, it's pretty much the dream.
All right, and Zach, what about you?
Hi, I'm Zach. You've been with me for 3 hours. I think you know that at this point. You can find me on Twitter at that guy Zach Rob. Me and Griffin do some at one point did some YouTube stuff. You can find it at B4
should
Films.
I hunt that down?
There's like
No.
2 videos on there.
They're all right.
Yeah, that's.
Hail
You,
Tokai.
if we can get our Patreon subscribers up to $75 a month, Griffin and I want to do another podcast called Zach and Griffin's what's the whole name of it?
Multiversal Pet Shop.
Yeah, Multiversal Pet Shop, which is good times.
Yeah, it is.
And I think that's about it. I'm
Yeah.
not that interesting.
Are you in any podcasts?
Another path. If you want, you come do a guest spot, just let me know because I like to do podcasts.
Yeah, same. And I've been Griffin Cold Iron. I'm also on a path.
What a coincidence.
Whoa!
Oh my god,
okay,
it's like we
hold on.
planned it.
That was for the 3 videos you want to B Fort Films FORT films on YouTube for exactly 3 videos and no more because Zach and I live in separate states now.
Yeah.
But then, speaking a little bit more on Zach and Griffin's multiversal pet shop, it's the pet shop of the multiverse, where we are basically going to start out talking about creatures from the monster manual and their validity as pets, and then branching off into various other fictions and mythologies.
I need to see that. I need mimics.
Like we have an episode 0 that might become like off
our first proper episode sort of thing.
It might be off-week content for another path one day, who knows.
Yeah.
But
it is backer content for the Patreon right now. If you
it is,
subscribe at the
yeah.
$10
Yes, it
level,
is. Yeah, you can.
Oh, I'm gonna go do that then. I need to hear this.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good.
But yeah, and you can find me on Twitter at GrifCold.
Right on.
Yes.
Sweet.
As opposed to Grif Warm.
Thank you.
And I'm Shogun. I am Shogun117 on Twitter, and I run one shots whenever I can with people who are more popular than I am, and
Debatable.
And I run the Mimic Nights every other Tuesday, so that's 2nd, 4th, and the rare 5th Tuesday of every month. That one is fun because we don't really care about the rules too much, and I have let all my players be super OP, and that's just a blast. Like, we haven't had combat in 3 sessions, but the last session we did interior decoration, and then everyone cried. So
That's good shit.
You gotta get Zafir over there.
To quote Chase, that's capital G, capital S, good shit.
And I also do Shadowrun New Atlantis every other Thursday, which I run. And then on those other Thursdays, I play in a Pokemon game on this channel.
Hell yeah.
Where we are the bad guys.
Awesome.
We are Team Crossbones, and we punch Pokemon.
Sounds right.
The first roll of the game was, all right, I want to drop kick that Torchic.
Oh, not torture.
Oh boy.
And then
Do it to Mudkip.
the most recent episode, we made our DM very sad because he had this really nice elaborate puzzle where we had to battle 4 guys and get a piece of the riddle answer from each of them, and instead we're like, but our psychic dude can phase through walls, so we're just gonna skip all of that and go straight to the gym leader.
Well, yeah. Bitch.
Well, yeah, you know.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
I want to see, like, the sort of origin story where that Torchic, like, motivated by, like, avarice and vengeance, just like, I think I mixed malice and
avarice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
fine.
Continue.
So
But anyway,
I was gonna
motivates
put you on
itself
blast about it,
to evolve all the way to Blaziken so it can come back and drop kick you in the face.
Well, so here's the thing, is that immediately after that, my character went and corrupted all those children's minds and got them to riot. And so I think they're all evil.
I need to watch this now.
Yeah, we also rescued Nurse Joy. It appears she's brainwashed, and that's why she's there.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's all. So many questions.
It's
Officer Jenny.
yeah,
Nurse
her as well,
Joy.
we imagine. But yeah, so that's it.
This has been the longest sign off.
It has. Yeah. I'm sorry. That's mostly my fault. We are going
all
to
real bad at
raid
this.
Dumpstat Charisma. And so we're going to raid them, send all of the people who are currently watching over to them, share what we got. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Another Path, for coming in and joining in on my game.
Thanks
you very
for
much.
having us.
Wow,
great, yeah.
Thanks, Shogun.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you
and
all.
so
Welcome to the party, folks. Yeah.
yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out.
Awesome. Great time.
And here we go. All right, we're out.
Bye.
Excellent. Oh man.